Hello, microphone check 1 2 1 2. Hello, microphone check 1 2 1 2. Hello. Welcome to another edition of Sarah J Media Live on YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to the special edition of Football Special as we day live right now on Facebook and YouTube, and with the run commentary on the Sierra Leone versus Morocco match on the 20 quarterfinals, and the game has already started. Just about 2 minutes gone in the first half, and the competition is at the prime right now. And I believe say everything happening is happening in the best interest of Sierra Leone and the people of Sierra Leone all over the world. So if you're watching right now, please switch on to YouTube because the match is playing there live, and you'll be able to listen to my commentary and some few analysis then what they make alongside this particular match today. Today is a historical day for Sierra Leone grassroots football, meaning Sierra Leone grassroots football as under 20, the Shooting Stars, have qualified for the quarterfinals, which they are playing right now, and they happen inside Egypt. We host the under 20 CAF competition for African countries for qualify for the next under 20 World Cup, where they happen at Chile later this year. So that's now the basis of the competition this particular time, and we believe say Sierra Leone as a nation has the potential to go all the way to the end. So we are looking forward to that, and the statistics between the two countries right now are great, and we don't want to make comparison of those statistics because as we all know, Sierra Leone as a nation has gone through a lot when it comes to football, and again, the fact say the under 20 don't reach far as this level is a very historical moment where the senior team hasn't done, no disrespect to all the one away, we don't manage right up to the point where we get Calon right now. They've done their best and they've done everything possible in their own way for make sure say they're able to take Salon to the next level. We could be the second rounds of any of them major tournament here so where they happen in South Africa. Notwithstanding all that, we last Afcon performance na Cameroon was extremely good because the country as a nation went all the way through to the final stages and we're not able to qualify to the next stage because we lost to Equatorial Guinea, which was a disappointment for all of us because we only need to draw that match to be able to qualify for the knockout stages. But again, it's football. You plan as much as you can, but if you not plan enough, that means you're not going to get enough of what you already have. So that is the problem, and that problem has to be dealt with at the highest level of Sierra Leone football, and that problem has to be dealt with also at every level where we think about what is happening within the game and how the game is supposed to be played. So far so good. I think we possibly get for know exactly why we're here, and some of the reason why we're here today is to make sure that we follow the national team all the way through. So far so good. 5 minutes of the first half has been played and Morocco has been on the attack and Sierra Leone has been defending, and that was a very nice volley right in the 18-yard box of the Sierra Leone defense, and he went all over the goal post for a goal kick in favor of Sierra Leone. Well, like I said earlier on, Sierra Leone as a nation don't go through a lot when it comes to football, and for the fact say we football hasn't had any kind of major offset over the past couple of years, but at the same time we have to look at some of the advantages and disadvantages where the game don't bring come to the nation. So I hope say people are able to understand what I have to talk about, and the fact of the matter is we don't do majority of what we need for do as a nation, but we still haven't been able to cross the first stages of any major tournament we don't participate in. This not going back to the fact that we've been get couple of bunch of Sierra Leoneans them well over 20-25 years ago. We again take Salon to another World Cup, which was very good, and we had a very good performance in that World Cup. We played with major countries and major players, then we end up for become world-class players then all over the world. And we get players then we play against, we some of them still they play, some of them don't have a career no more as they have retired. But a bunch of Sierra Leoneans then where that tournament been given, A bunch of Sierra Leoneans, they will be managed by Ishmael Daifan and then go all the way far for progress in their footballing career. So we have some amount of record on grassroots football. But I think, say, on the senior level, we have tried, and we have tried, but we haven't been able to break through of it because of some of the kind of turmoil within the senior sector. The manager so far for the Leone Stars, I mean for the Shooting Stars, has done extremely well in his own rank as a manager, and I believe say most of what he don't do in terms of taking the team to the level where they did so now something we he don't do effectively well because he believes say in his own way that's the best he can do. There are challenges, and some of the challenges that we are free to say he don't face within this tournament is what possibly I'm going to be talking about later on this afternoon. But so far, so good. If you're out there watching, please drop in some comments on Facebook and YouTube, and let's discuss about some of the issues that we're free to say are pertinent issues then to Salon football. I and I get for pardon me a little bit because I'm still recovering from my cough. And like I said, I should be in Egypt right now, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it because of my cough. And my cough don't actually be a challenge over the past couple of weeks, but I'm slowly recovering, and that has been a good sign for me. So far, so good. The game is ongoing. About 8 minutes of the first half gone, and we just finished watching the Nigeria and Senegal match. I left it at the early stages on the penalty kicks, and let me just check and see what's the results of that match, and we can possibly have a discussion on it as well because it's very important for me to get a discussion in there right now because what we are doing is to make sure that we have a communication and we converse and we discuss about the level at which Salon don't perform so far and what will be the outcome of this particular match. So far so good. We have been attacking and we just missed that a very good save by the Moroccan goalkeeper, and we are in possession. Again, this lineup is a very different lineup from the first one. I think say this lineup will able to create a huge amount of difference in what's done they happen within the past couple of games than we Salon play. Some of which I'm not really pleased and happy about the setup, the layouts, and the eventual results we'll end up forget. But that's football. You wish to have the best sometimes, but you don't get the best. So basically, we're just looking forward to see what this particular match is going to give us. So far, so good. We haven't had any amount of danger, but we are very comfortable with the ball. We are attacking now. The Moroccan defense has been one of the most successful one because they haven't conceived many goals, but we're still trying. We're still attacking right now, and we are a team to be feared of. Reason being that because over the past couple of weeks, we were not the underdogs, we were not classified to possibly go to this level of the tournament because this is the first time we are qualifying for a tournament like this, and we did not qualify with a struggle because we defeated great nations. We were in the same group with Senegal, and we managed to actually come out of that group and qualify for the tournament. Even though the country we're responsible for sports in Sierra Leone not being get confidence in the team. That's not facts because they prove it over a couple of instances them of some of the stuff then really highlight. But today is a different discussion because today's discussion is really going to be based on few of the things that we are free to say not they make we thrive and we go to the next stage of any major tournaments we they compete with in other in nation. Oh, that's a good save by the Moroccan goalkeeper. I see Camara today starting again because his performance against South Africa was great and he did extremely well in that flank, and he was distributing the ball every time he gets the ball. He's definitely going to make a cross. It's now down to the strikers that we have. Of course, we know their capacity and we know they can deliver at the 11th hour. The record of Sierra Leone goal scoring chance is always the calm. Now, the second half, except the game we didn't play against Mauritania or Tanzania, sorry. Then are the only game we didn't score within the 34 minutes. But so far, so good. They've been able to score goals after the second half. So within the 60-something minutes, is their timeline for scoring goals, and they've done it before. So basically, at the moment, we get the highest goal scorer of the tournament, winner Kamara, winner the captain of the Shooting Stars, and so far in the tournament, Morocco and South Africa, now they're not the only country we don't get multiple goal scorers in the team. So it means the Morocco team can score goals. They have multiple players that can score goals. Defensively, they are very defensive, and they are now on the attack against Sierra Leone, Shooting Stars, and the ball is on the left flank. Is he going to make a cross into the 18-yard box? Nice tackle by the Sierra Leonean defender, who also did extremely well in the last match, winner Toure. Toure don't do well so far in this tournament, and you can tell that he's determined, and the entire team is determined, because we're not taking any chances at all. But like I said, if you're watching my commentary live, please don't forget to go back again and watch the game live. It is on YouTube, but you'll be able to understand exactly why we're running commentary. Again, for the fact that we don't have copyrights for showing the match live, we could have easily broadcast it on our platform whilst we're talking about it. But again, that is a discussion for another day. We'll get to it some other day. So now the game has been going on, and 12 minutes played so far, and Salon will not get any kind of tension. We'll go feel like for say we are under threats, because at the same time we've also been attacking Morocco. We're supposed to be one of the best sides of this tournament so far, even though they are classified to be one of the best sides in terms of their defensive ability and also their goal scoring ability. We still then at the position where they have to be very much concerned about the fact say we have a goal scoring potential in every match we play, and that has been improving, and that is continue. And we can see that the Sierra Leone defenders are very much comfortable with the ball, and they are not actually bulldozing it. They are knocking it around. Kamara is now on a one-on-one, and that's a foul against him. He has actually proven the reason why he should be here, and he has done it to the best of his ability, and that is exactly why I think some amount of credit should be given to him in this tournament. Although people might be thinking, okay, yeah, na Salon Bobo, but what he don't do, and he's playing for Arsenal, and that is a record on his own, and at the same time he has a very good repertoire as a winger. He's someone that I know for a couple of years when he was a bit younger, and now he has proven the reason why he should be on the under 20 squad of the Sierra Leone Shooting Stars. So far so good. 14 minutes gone. We're just going to the first quarter of the game, and we have seen Sierra Leone attack from all angles, and at the same time Morocco has been defending very well. We are losing some of the loose balls, and we should make sure that some of those loose balls don't go away from us, because it's very important that we maintain the score line. I was not really actually pleased about the match we played against South Africa, and that is the reason why we are here. I bet Kamara is possibly one of the potential to score goals today, because he's been making some of the best chances in the match, and we yet to see a proper finish. Mohamed also had another shot on target, but that was like a feeble shot. I would not say that was a direct shot at goal. It was, but it was an easy pickup for the Egyptian goalkeeper. So far so good. It's 15 minutes gone, and Morocco is now holding on to the ball in their half, and they are trying to do everything possible in their power to get to the semi-finals of this tournament. And I think the teams that are going to go into the semi-finals have possibly automatically qualified for the World Cup under 20, which will take place in Chile later on this year. So it will be very nice for Sierra Leone to get into that semi-final position. And of course, the defending champions, Senegal, were losing on penalties against Nigeria, who also haven't performed extremely well in this tournament. But with the fact that they played 90 minutes and extra time, we means if I can just go on quick records and see exactly what's the outcome of that match. I don't want to say something that I'm not 110% sure of. I'm just about to go into right. So the Nigeria-Senegal match ended up 3-1 in favor of Nigeria. So Nigeria has qualified not just to the semi-final, but highly likely the non-book them place now the World Cup under 20 will take place now Chile later this year. And so far, so good. Senegal has been the defending champions, and they won it like twice in a row in the past 4 years. And now they have been kicked out of the quarterfinals by Nigeria, who has also made some good records within the tournaments over the past couple of decades. So far, so good. It's about 16 minutes gone of the first half, and Sierra Leone is facing Morocco, and the game is like a 50-50 draw right now in terms of ball possession and in terms of attempts on goal, shots on targets. I think we're doing extremely well so far. We haven't been totally dominated. I would not say even dominated. We haven't been dominated at all. So totally is out of it. So that is the good sign of the first 15 minutes. Losing a match, your first 15 minutes will determine whether you're going to make through that match or you're not. But if you've gone through the first 15 minutes, it shows how resilient you are, and it shows how composed the team has been over the past couple of weeks since they've been in Egypt for these tournaments. I mean, this tournament has been a great feedback outcome for the under 20. And on a nutshell, I think it should be kudos for the manager, and the manager has actually booked his place in the history of Sierra Leonean football, whereas other managers in the past have made their own records, but his one has been a unique one because he has taken the nation into the second stage of the tournament, which is the quarterfinals of the under 20 Afcon. We will lead to the qualification for a nation to represent in the World Cup under 20. So far so good. Sierra Leone is doing well. 18 minutes gone of the first half, and Morocco is now in the ball possession in their own half. They're knocking it around. They have some goal scoring opportunities by some players that are quite good, but at the same time, our defense has been very much composed by not taking any chances in our own half. So far so good. Sierra Leone is doing well, and this is the time that we need to prove to the world, to Africa, that we are not a pushover. And the team has actually made, you can see the composure of this particular squad for today's match because they are very much composed. They are a pack of 10 players that move forward together and move back at the same time in sequential positions. They are not losing guard at all. They are still in their positions, and they are maintaining their positions, and they are challenging, and they are doing extremely well within the first half of this match so far. So I think as a nation, we should be proud of these boys, and we should be able to say, oh, that's a foul, as a kick on the face by the number 8 player of Morocco. And I don't know whether the referee is going to issue a card for this, but Gandhi is on the floor right now. I don't know whether he might need some kind of medical treatment. If not, the match will continue. And so far, so good. One or two of our players have been picked to be on the CAF Super Squad. Yes, the number 8 player, Hussam Asadak, has been given a yellow card for that foul against Gandhi in the midfield. And we have now been, kind of taking control of the match so far. Not too bad, but not bad at all. Because at the end of the day, many teams will be thinking, will Sierra Leone be able to play against Morocco? Of course, yes. But over the past couple of weeks before the tournament started, we had a friendly tournament in Morocco, and we had Morocco-Ghana that we played a couple of friendly matches against. And the result with the Shooting Stars and Morocco wasn't good. I think we lose woefully to them. And that might be a deterrent for maybe for the Moroccans against us, because they think they can defeat us because they have actually defeated us in a friendly that we had a couple of weeks before the tournament actually kicked off. So that is a negative. But again, it can be a positive because as I listen to some of the interviews of the manager, he make mention that doing that tournament is not about winning. It's about actually looking and preparing the next set of boys that are coming from the diaspora to be able to link up with the home-based players and see how they can gel. So that is an opportunity for him to see some of the European-based players who are representing Shooting Stars now. And that is from that particular tournament. That is where they create the opportunity to be able to make the complete selection of who should finally represent at the Afcon. I can see many of my colleagues are online watching, but please, if you're online, don't forget to drop in your questions and suggestions if you think they're relevant, and we should be able to answer some of those questions if they are not actually personal. Personal questions should be directed to the individuals themselves, and we can only answer questions that are already either being talked about, they are on the open domain, or these are things that everybody possibly have had some concerns over, but still not being able to fix or answer some of those questions. Morocco is on the attack right now. They're banging the ball in our 18-yard box, and they've been doing it extremely well. The cross was blocked by Ba, and Ba has managed to actively play his own full force in the midfield against the other two games that he played, especially with the games against Egypt. He did extremely well in that game, and I think for now he's been one of the key pivotal parts of the midfield of the Sierra Leone Shooting Stars. Although the challenges that he's been faced with over the past couple of days are not that easy, because to come in on the second half of the last match against South Africa was not an easy thing to do, because he was actually climbing a hill when we've already started losing and conceding goals. Again, that is a deterrent to the competition, because when we looked at the match between South Africa and the Shooting Stars, you can clearly tell that something has gone wrong. That something is what we might possibly have to find out what it is today. And we're going to be asking questions about what are the possibilities for that match to go the way it was on that day. And we're going to be asking questions on this particular program today. So if you're out there and you want to ask questions, please feel free to do so, as we're sharing the platform amongst us, so that we'll be able to learn and educate ourselves in terms of Sierra Leone football. Sierra Leone football has gone through a lot over the past decades, and this is the reason why I think it's relevant for us to be talking about some of these issues. Maybe, just about maybe, the people who are in charge of football in Sierra Leone, or sports specifically in Sierra Leone, will be able to learn from some of our discussions if they are listening, and they possibly listening to the voice of the people when concerns were raised. So far so good. We've got a very cool, calm and calculated Sierra Leonean coach who really doesn't say much on the pitch, and he keeps his line on the tag, and he maintains his discipline, and he always makes sure that he only comes out to say something if necessary. So far so good. It's about 24 minutes gone of the first half, and Morocco is trailing. Well, we're trailing 0-0 so far, and that was not a foul given right at the edge of our 18-yard box, and the ball goes back into the halfway line of the Moroccan team. So far so good. Sierra Leone has done well, and I don't know what the referee's whistle is up for. Okay, Sierra Leone plays on the pitch, rolling, not like Ronaldo. I know see the Ronaldo for the Ronaldo way, they roll 15 times. But anyway, let's come back to reality. The bench is solid, and I can see some senior professional players on the bench of the Sierra Leone Shooting Stars, and I can see the manager is up talking to his guys and telling them exactly what it is going to be like for them. The Moroccan squad is also a very young squad. I've seen a couple of their players. Some of them are 16, 18, and 19. And the average age within them is about 18 anyway. And equally so, the same squad with Sierra Leone, we have a couple of 18s and 19s and a couple of 20s as well. I mean, when you look at the Nigerian team, the Nigerian goalkeeper, I think, is 16 years old. Can you imagine that? Even the commentators of that match were thinking, wow, 16-year-old to be on the goal line for the Nigerian under 20. That's an impressive start. And he did extremely well, because again, to play against Senegal is not an easy task, because Senegal is not an easy side as well. Even though their performance hasn't been so great, that's a goal kick to Sierra Leone. And Morocco hasn't had better opportunities of any goal scoring chances within the past 26 minutes of the first half. Kamara has been the pivotal part of the Sierra Leonean team, and he's possibly going to be picked as the man of the tournament, I think, and because for his performance so far within the past couple of games has been great. And what we are looking at right now is a magical maestro of a young man who hails from Sierra Leone and is making a difference in Egypt, Cairo right now by holding on to the highest goal scoring position of scoring 4 goals in the tournament so far. So far so good. He's leading that bunch and it's very historical because at the end of the day, as a Sierra Leonean, many people don't expect us to be where we are right now. Thank you very much, Musa. I know you're watching from Freetown, and you're supposed to be in Egypt right now anyway, but nevertheless, that is another discussion for another day. But so far, so good. Leon Star is not doing bad at all. We are still defending well. We haven't conceded a goal so far. It's about 27 minutes of the first half gone. I hope they can keep it and maintain it as it is until we get to the second half of the match, and that will be the decider whether we're going to be attacking full blown or we're going to go half and half. I think we should attack full blown because it will be very nice for us to have an attacking side that is going to be one that will be able to challenge in the semi-finals. So far, so good. We are doing well. I can't complain. And the first match is over, and that was between Nigeria and Senegal, and they played 90 minutes of full time and extra minutes of extra time before they end up with penalty shootouts, and Nigeria won by 3 goals to 1. So basically, Nigeria has qualified for the semi-finals, and Sierra Leone Morocco is now ongoing. And later on in the evening at 7, we have South Africa and Congo, and then after that we have those are the next 2 games to play later on. Now, so Egypt is leading by 2 goals to 0 against Ghana. So Egypt's kind of coming from the dark side of this tournament because they are the host nation, and for where they are right now, I think they sit very comfortable where they are because as a host nation, losing to a country that just entered the tournament for the first time is not a good sign at all. But they've managed to qualify in that group, and they've managed now to go into the quarterfinals, and they are leading by 2 goals to 0 against Ghana. Very impressive. And that's a very impressive start by Egypt, and you cannot underestimate them in this particular tournament right now because they are the host nation. Their performance against South Africa wasn't that great, but they managed to win that match. Their performance against Leone Star wasn't that great, but it wasn't a bad one as well, even though they lost to us 4-1. But they are not a side that you can mess around with. The Moroccan players has been falling on the pitch for necessarily no reason, and they are complaining a lot, and they are quite good at that. They are super divers in the match. I'm not saying in a bad way, but they are quite good at making all sort of stunts and not happy with challenges. They will frown their faces against challenges, and they have proven to be a very good side that can be challenged moving forward. So as a nation, we should be able to defend well, which we have done anyway, and we should be able to find out what's the advantage and disadvantages are in terms of taking the next level of those tournaments to the next level. I just saw some amounts of Sierra Leoneans that are supposed to be on the stands watching the match, and to me, there are many people who are actually in Egypt right now. They are not supposed to be there. Definitely not supposed to be there for so many reasons. Again, we'll talk about those reasons in the second half of the match while we're having a quick break after the first half, and we'll be able to discuss a little bit more about it as we go along. So far so good. It's about 31 minutes gone of the first half, and Sierra Leone is playing comfortably well, and Morocco hasn't been able to break the deadlock of the Sierra Leone defense. So far, we are doing well, and we might not need to worry much. We might only need to be concerned of not conceding any goal. And that's a volley that goes right over the goalpost of the Sierra Leonean goal. The Sierra Leone number one goalkeeper has done extremely well so far. He's got a couple of clean sheets, and he has only conceded one goal, and it was the second goalkeeper that conceded the 4 goals against South Africa. So far so good. He has done extremely well, and we are now on the attack and being cleared out by the Moroccan defense. Sierra Leone is still defending. That's a knock between 1 or 2 Sierra Leonean players, and is a throw being awarded to Morocco, whilst Morocco is trying everything possible to at least score a goal before the end of the first half, and Sweden has made it very impossible for them. So far so good. We are defending well. We are not taking any chances, and I think if we continue the way we're doing, we'll be able to break the ice of people thinking we're not good enough to qualify for the semi-finals of this tournament. I'm gonna be coughing on and off, basically not too well, but I think I'm much better today. And I might have a couple of guests on the show to make some few comments either by phone call or join them live on the program. That will be decided on before the end of the first half, and we can have some amount of discussion around it. So far so good. It's 33 minutes of the first half gone. If Morocco thought they were going to have a walkover on this particular match against Sierra Leone for the second time this year, they should think again, because we have defended well and we are doing extremely well so far in the first half of the match. So Sierra Leone is now on the attack, halfway line into the middle of the center of the pack. They're knocking it around conveniently, looking at options that might be available alongside the channels, and Kamara hasn't been involved that much. He's now going to be involved, but I think it's a lower kick that goes all the way down the line and goes for a goal kick in favor of Morocco. Kamara is wearing the number 24 jersey, and like I said, the match against South Africa, he proved himself and he performed extremely well. That is some of the reason why I think he's representing today to the fullest. So far so good. He's got a couple of shots on targets within the first 10-15 minutes of the match, and I see him possibly have some more chances. Sierra Leone has been doing very well in the midfield. The midfield has been a bit crowded. And you can definitely tell the reason why the midfield is going to be crowded, because there are lots of other players who wants to take charge of the midfield and overcome the Sierra Leonean defense. But it's not going to happen today. We're not ready for that to happen, and that's a foul in favor of Sierra Leone, and they're going to take it quickly, as we are not in a hurry, but we still need to see what are the best chances for us to score a goal within the first half of the match, and look forward to another extra time of the second half. So far so good. We've gone through the second quarter of the match. It's about 10 more minutes to play to end the first half, and Sierra Leone has done extremely well to keep the scoreline as clean as it is, and they are also attacking. They are not scared of Morocco. I think they are putting Morocco under serious pressure within the past 10 minutes, and Morocco has now got a time on their own to be defensive. So far so good. We have done well, and we have a squad that is ready to take this tournament to the next level. And the next level for me is to make sure that we qualify for the World Cup, which is what the manager said. That's a good... just missed that. That's a miskick. We're not ready for it. Unlucky, Gandhi. Keep your focus on. Keep your focus on. The ball will come to you at any time, so you have to be ready. You have to be ready, but never mind. That's just a fluke, and you will have a chance, as you always do in this tournament. So we are now attacking again once more, and the ball goes to the midfield. Has been a 50-50 battle for the Sierra Leone and Moroccan players, and we are actually playing well. We are actually playing well. I'm quite pleased that we are playing well. That's a knock into the 18-yard box of the Moroccan defense, and a 32 scissors kick by the Moroccan defender, and it goes out to the midfield, and Sierra Leone defense is in control of the ball once more, and they are knocking it around swiftly from one pillar to post, and we are now on the left flank of the pitch. We are still there holding on to the ball, and that's a foul. That's a foul, referee. That's a foul. And the foul has been awarded to Sierra Leone, I think, just in the middle of the pack. And we have two Sierra Leone players on the pitch rolling over for either a collision with the Moroccan player, and yes, it's a collision with the Moroccan player and between two Sierra Leone players. So that should be a foul in favor of Sierra Leone, I guess. Mr. Bai is on the floor, and he's trying to get himself up. That's the bicycle kick by the Moroccan defense. Clears all the way out. And the miss pass that was mishandled again, not in a bad way, by Gandhi. So there's an attention on the pitch, and the Sierra Leone player has seeks some medical attention. And we're just watching the coach thinking, what is going to be the outcome of this match? 38 minutes gone. We only have 7 more minutes of the official time to play for, and we are still 0-0. We're playing against Morocco, who is definitely one of the best sides so far in the tournament, and we are now looking forward to see what the outcome of this next 5 minutes will be like. And the referee is having a bounce ball, and that bounce ball should be in favor of Sierra Leone, I guess, but still asking some of the medical doctors of the pitch to move away so that he can drop the ball for a goal kick by the goalkeeper. Yes. So far so good. We are not doing bad at all as a nation. The team is doing extremely well right now, and the position we find ourselves is a position of trust, and we're going to make sure that we maintain that position of trust until the end of the first half. We have defended very well, like I said, and this is the time for us to deliver when it matters most. We have a couple of players we're not on the bench. We have a couple of players on the stand who are watching from the stand, who actually took part in the South African match but haven't been featured in this match so far. That's a shot on target and a brilliant save by Jallo. Brilliant save by the number 1 goalkeeper. That's a brilliant save. Brilliant save. Like I said, the Moroccans are taking chances, and that's a deflection and a brilliant fingertip save by the Sierra Leone Shooting Stars number 1. That's a brilliant save. Brilliant save. Brilliant save. He's got a record already. He's been looked at as possibly one of the players or goalkeepers that will be in line to make the final 11 for the CAF on the 11, for the CAF 11 players that have been selected to represent CAF as just the team selection of picking up all the best players in various different positions. Now it's a corner kick against Sierra Leone, and we only have 5 minutes to go for the first half to finish. I am on my edge thinking, no, that's a brilliant cross, and it goes right across the goal post. Not right across the 6-yard box for a goal kick to Sierra Leone. Goal kick is taken quickly. The referee said you should start it back all over again. Not accepted by the referee, so they have to start all over again. The Moroccan team has a very good attacking force. Like I said, they have the highest amount of goal scorers alongside South Africa on this tournament. They've got 5 players that have already scored within this tournament, and that should be a concern for concern, because Sierra Leone conceded 4 goals in the last match against South Africa, and that is not acceptable at all, not at this highest level of football. And that's the reason why we came second, because we had goal difference disadvantage. Even though we had a 4 win against South Africa, but I mean against Egypt, but that does not make any sense anymore because we conceded another 4 goals against South Africa. So that was a deficiency for us. It means nothing, only that it gives us the assurance to say we have qualified in second position with South Africa, and Egypt came third, but they still qualified because they have a very good third record. And now other countries also have to fight for their lives, and some of those countries are let me see, the scoreline for Egypt and Ghana is still 2-0, and the scoreline for Morocco and Sierra Leone is 0-0. South Africa is playing later on in the evening, and then you have Nigeria, who has already booked their place in the semi-finals this afternoon by winning on penalties against Senegal, the defending champion, who has been kicked out of the tournament so far. So far, if you're watching, please don't forget to send in your comments or questions or your contribution towards the commentary. Tell me what I'm doing good and what I'm doing bad, so at least I will learn and make progress the next time. Because we're possibly going to follow the next couple of matches, which will be the semi-finals. We don't know who Nigeria is going to play against next, but if Nigeria plays against Sierra Leone, it will be interesting. It will be interesting because maybe the winners of this match are going to be playing against the winners of the first match that played, and the winners that are playing right now, Egypt's Ghana, possibly the winners of that match will be playing against South Africa and Congo later on. So that's an interesting lineup. And on records, Morocco has a very good record on West African teams. When I say good record, they have not lost much, possibly 1 or 2 matches so far, and that was against, I think, against Senegal or Mali way back maybe about 20 years ago. And their record stands for now. They have the best record within this tournament. They've got a couple of draws. They haven't conceded more goals, and they're doing extremely well in the previous stages of the tournament. They haven't been able to go to the final they've gone to the final 3 times, but lost on penalties. So their chances of winning Afcon under 20 is not as great as the other African nations, and they've lost most of their matches on penalties on the highest level of the semi-finals, because they've lost a couple of semi-finals, they've lost a couple of finals, and all those losses came on penalties. That's a cross into the, oh, that's another shot, volleyed out by the Sierra Leone striker, Mr. Ba, and he goes out for a goal kick. That's the second attempt we've had so far within the past 10 minutes, and that was a nice cross and volleyed out by Camara. He should have just taken his time and placed that ball right in the corner, as we're now being shown some Sierra Leonean girls in Egypt having fun and at the same time watching the game and giving their full support. Like I said, ladies have been one of the greatest supporters of the game, and that has been improving so far. I'm not saying men don't watch or don't support, but I think we've got serious support from women watching football, especially Sierra Leone football. 3 minutes of extra time has been added, and we just had a chance, and we are now beginning on the attack once more, attacking aggressively. And if we keep on focusing on the left flank, now we are now on the right. A cross was blocked by the Moroccan defense and protected by the number 11 guy, Jallo. And again, miss pass, and it goes into the hands of the Sierra Leonean defender, and he knocks it round conveniently on the pitch, and Sierra Leone is in control once more. We've lost it slightly, we're still in control, and we've lost it for a throw in favor of Morocco. Right, 2 minutes of extra time to be played, and Sierra Leone is doing extremely well, and we're looking forward to watch the remaining second half of this match. So far, so good. If you want to watch the game, MC Mary, please go on YouTube. It is there live on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch it. It's free, but we don't have the right to stream it. That's why we're not showing it right now. but we can send you to YouTube so you'll be able to watch it whilst I am talking. Me na boku talk no money talk right now. I'm not able to show the game. So basically, if you want to watch the game, I have to go YouTube. And if you have YouTube on your phone, if you have YouTube at home, I know everybody has YouTube on their phone at home anyway. So you can just go to YouTube and you will see the live link for you to be able to watch the match at the CAF, or you can go to the CAF website on YouTube, is also there as well. So far, we are now on the attack again once more. 1 minute extra time to play for in the first half of the tournament. And first half of the match, we are now attacking 1v1. Oh, we've lost it. We're still in possession. Oh, unlucky. The referee's whistle has gone. And the referee whistle don't go for maybe, just about maybe an offside or something else. I don't know. I'm not 110% sure. But we'll find out what that is. So like I said, if you're watching me live, don't forget to go back on YouTube and watch the match, because the match is live on YouTube. And we only have few more seconds to go to complete the extra 3 minutes of the extra time that has been awarded for this particular first half, and Sierra Leone has defended very well. Don't take chances. They are now attacking us. Right, well defended by Sierra Leone, and a foul being awarded to us, and we are back in control of the first half, just like we started. That is the same way we are going. Then say not start what you able for finish, but so far we've been able to finish what we have started, and that is where we are going to go. Morocco hasn't been able to break our defense, not at all this time around. They are struggling to break our defense line, and we have proven to be a force to reckon with in this particular tournament. I know support hasn't been too great, but you can tell that when the nation is behind you, nobody can be against you, and that is exactly what is happening so far in this tournament. The boys have done extremely well. They have coped well. They have done well. They have performed well, and there are only few challenges that they are faced with, and those challenges will be dealt with when we get into the second half of the match. And before we do that, in our break or intervals, we'll talk about some of the issues that is affecting Sierra Leone football, as we may know. Very interesting conversation I'm going to have next, and I'll see if I can call one of my colleagues to be on the phone with me, and I will try to do that anytime soon. So far so good. The referee's whistle have gone, and we are now about to go for the halftime break. And I will also take a quick halftime break and come back in about few seconds, maybe just a minute or two. And please, when I go, send in your comments and send in your suggestions and send in your reviews, or tell me what you think I need to do well, or tell me what you think I need to do better, or tell me what I need to do bad. I'm getting a phone call now from one of my colleagues who is going to join us. Hopefully, I'll pick his call and ask him what is his thought about the first half so far. Hello, Juma. Welcome to the program, and welcome to the live feed of Sierra J Media Live on YouTube and Facebook. And what's your take? I know you're watching the match, or if you're not watching it, please go and make sure that you're watching it. So what's your take of the first half so far within the Sierra Leone performance?
Unfortunately, I've not watched the first half. I'm going to be logging in shortly to follow the match. So you brief me, how is our team performing so far?
Honestly, we've performed extremely well. We've been able to not just defend well, but we've also attacked, and we attacking force has proven to be possibly one of the best in terms of attacking. And over the past couple of weeks, we have made very good strides from where we came from, where we were, and where we are right now. And against Morocco, I was not expecting us to finish the first half with a goal. Let's draw. And it's very impressive by the boys. They've defended very well, to be very honest. And the goalkeeper has made some spectacular saves. Some of them are deflection saves, and those are very difficult saves to make in a tournament like this. And Morocco hasn't been able to break the deadlock of them scoring against us. And like I said earlier on, we had a friendly couple of weeks ago before the tournament started, and they defeat us woefully. But again, the manager gave an excuse, not an excuse. The reason he said we lose those matches is because he was trying to integrate the European-based players to get to the club and gel in with the home-based players to see how he can make his team selection for the tournament. So that has been proven so far, and I think we're doing well.
Well, just like you stated, remember our pre-match conversation yesterday. I told you that that friendly match will not determine how we're going to perform today. It was a friendly, maybe the team is still trying to, understand each other. The managers are trying to see who's going to be where. But I'm sure the boys are pumped up so far. Their performances during the group stages has been excellent. They've done their best. Unfortunately, they lost 4-1 to South Africa. They would have topped the group just like we discussed. But definitely, I'm certain that, Leone Star will pull through. It's going to be a difficult one, but they'll pull through and advance to the next stage. That's my prediction so far. I'm trying to search for where I can watch the match.
The match is on YouTube, so don't struggle that much. Is on.
I'm just trying. I'm on YouTube now, trying to see, our own match. I'm seeing the Senegal. What do you call it?
Yeah, it should be there somewhere. So if you go on YouTube, or you can just go on the CAF channel on YouTube, it's definitely there. This is one of the most interesting matches so far in this tournament, and I think the pundits and the CAF organizers have been making a lot of statements in favor of the Sierra Leone Shooting Stars and also in favor of Morocco. Because the reason being, Morocco's performance in this tournament has been great. They haven't conceded many goals and they haven't scored many goals either, but they've got very good clean records, and defensively they've done very well in the tournament. They seem to be possibly one of the most difficult team to play against, and I've got Femi calling me also. Maybe he wants to have a three-way conversation. Let me see if I can connect him. Can you connect him on the call, please, if you can? Hello, Kosa Juma, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm trying to add Mr. Papa in as well.
Okay, no problem.
Mr. Papa.
Hello, Mr. Palmer, you're live on the Sarah J Media.
I am, but I can't really comment now. Okay. A little bit busy. Well, join us later when you can, please.
All right, Juma, over to you again once more. So, yes, like you were saying.
So, like I've been saying, I'm confident that the boys will pull through. This is one of our best competitions so far as a country, regardless them being under 20. And I hope, I just hope that the football authorities will take these boys seriously and groom them, because our team is aging as well, the national team.
Yeah.
So you want to blend these guys to ensure that we have a good team moving forward. And if definitely they advance to the next stage and make it through to the World Cup, that would be even awesome.
Well, I think so far the last 4 teams are automatically qualified for the World Cup stages.
Okay.
Yeah, and because the reason being, I think we have 4 or 6 representation. I think I'm not too sure, or 5. But the last 4 teams are automatically qualified for the World Cup, and I hope we're there too, because I'm ready to book my ticket to make my way there.
Right. So who are your outstanding players so far?
So far, we have a couple of outstanding players in the national team, and there's a new one who possibly has performed extremely well, who is Kamara, who plays for Arsenal. But also Kamara Mohamed, the captain, has been one of the most outstanding players in the tournament for the Shooting Stars. But also the defense line, the goalkeeper Jallo has done extremely well as well. And Mr. Ba, who is in the midfield, also has done extremely well. Again, the wing back Jallo has also done extremely well. And Gandhi in the midfield also has done extremely well. So I think there are a couple of them that are doing well. And I think the performance so far, you might not know the other ones that are actually part of the midfield, but I think their performance has been great as a team. Hello, Juma, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, okay.
Have they started the second half yet?
No, the second half haven't started yet, but we're just taking a quick break, and the second half will resume maybe in the next 10 minutes, as
Okay,
we are still waiting.
right. Yeah, I'm trying to locate the match as well. I've seen a few games, but let me see here. All right, keep going whilst I try to locate the match.
Okay,
Okay.
no problem. Thank you very much, Juma. I actually watched the Senegal match against Nigeria, and it was quite interesting because Nigeria is a little bit struggling, while Senegal also are struggling as a nation. Senegal is the defending champion, and they've now been kicked out of the tournament. So Nigeria has automatically qualified for the semi-finals, and they're likely going to go to the World Cup because the teams that have qualified will be the teams that will represent in the World Cup. So Nigeria has already booked their space, and off they go. So Egypt is also leading by 2 goals against Ghana, and that is another interesting match because Egypt struggled to come to this level of the tournament because they were playing against us and they did not perform very well within the early stages of the tournament, but they've managed to go through to the quarterfinals and they are now leading against Ghana. So the West African countries have not actually performed extremely well in this tournament. I don't know the reason for that, but so far so good. They might pull it off, and they might not. But Sierra Leone has maintained their discipline, and where we are right now is possibly a position that people never thought we would be. So if you're watching, I'm just gonna take a quick coffee break, and I'll be back in about 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes. So please stay put, don't go anywhere. But thank you for the few comments that I've had so far. Emmanuel is giving us a thumbs up. Marie MC was asking where the match is being played, and I've made that direction. You have to go to YouTube and watch it there. And we've got a couple of comments also. Haja says, nice job, bro. And Mr. Cisse all says congratulations, well done. I mean, all this congratulations, this glory, these good gestures is also for us, but also for you guys watching and for the national team as they have done extremely well to maintain the goal score line to be 0-0 against possibly one of the best group or the best teams in the tournament. So I will be taking a quick 1 minute break. I'll make myself a quick cup of coffee and I will join you guys shortly. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back once more. Welcome back to the second half of the match, and the match has just started. Sierra Leone is now playing from the right on the screen, going towards the left, and Morocco is playing on the opposite side. We've just started the attack, and we are now attacking from the flank where Camara was deliberately doing his havoc in the first match that he played against South Africa, and he's now back on his form. Back on his form like what he did against South Africa. If he delivers that today, then Sierra Leone will be automatically qualified and will be seen going into the World Cup for the first time in the history of Sierra Leone. What a history to be made. Welcome again. If you're just watching, you're watching Sarah J Media Live from YouTube and Facebook. And please don't forget to send in your comments and suggestions on Facebook or YouTube as we are now attacking again. The ball just goes over. We're still in control. And this is by Mr. Jallo across. And it goes out for a goal kick in favor of Morocco. So far, so good. Sierra Leone is doing extremely well. And we don't have any reason to complain for the position that we are at right now. And we say kudos to the boys for their relentless performance that they have given the nation so far, and we hope that they continue to maintain their structure as they are doing it right now as we speak. So far so good. We still have a 0-0 scoreline, and that's a very good foul in favor of Sierra Leone. Is it? It should be. Hope it is. Just otherwise it's a danger call. The ball was out. So who is the foul being given against? I don't think it's against us. Let's watch and see whether this foul is being given against us. And it should not be a nice one if it is given against us. Is it given against us? I think so. No, it's in our favor. Well, that's a long kick from our own goal line into the midfield. Morocco is now in possession of the ball. They're knocking it around. The number 3 guy to the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper taps it slightly and kick it into the midfield again. Ball possession by the Moroccan defense and Moroccan midfield. You don't want them to get comfortable with the ball at all, so you have to be not polite with them at all. Aggressive. You have to be aggressive with them, please do. Because football is a man's game. We've got young Gobre on the bench, and we've got a couple of more Sierra Leonean players waiting to be included on this particular match. And we have also a couple of Moroccan players also waiting to be part of this particular match. Again, we are now in the second half of the match, and Sierra Leone is still 0-0 against Morocco, who is possibly one of the best team in the tournament. I'm not saying they are, but it's just a possibility to say yes, they are maybe likely one of the best team in the tournament, and Sierra Leone is doing extremely well so far. We've managed to have a 0-0 on the first half, and the second half is just on the way, and Sierra Leone is actually playing deep into the half of the Moroccans, and they are chasing every single ball that they find loose. Morocco is now on the attack in the midfield. Sierra Leone has slightly beginning to lose their foot, controlled by Camara, who is dribbling, and a foul being given in favor of Camara, just about 10 yards away from the 18-yard box. Camara is so determined, and I'm actually proud of his enthusiasm and strength and energy and the performance that he has given us so far in this tournament. He did extremely well against South Africa, and he has booked his spots, and that is why he's in the starting lineup for this particular match against Morocco. Morocco, like I said, has a very good defending record, and is a free kick given to us, taking straight to the goal post, and it just goes right above by Bangura. Unlucky, and that was a brilliant shot. That was a brilliant shot. And it goes straight over the goal post for a goal kick in favor of Morocco. I was almost late to do my cup of coffee, and I hope you don't mind me having a cup of coffee while I'm talking, because again, it is going to be a long wait, not too long, but it will be a slightly long wait before we get to the bottom of this particular match. Morocco is struggling, and I think they are frustrated right now for the fact that they haven't been able to score a goal. We've got 3 goals in the other matches that is on the way right now, which is against Egypt playing against Ghana, and Ghana has just scored the goal, and they are now 2-1 down against Egypt. So a very interesting match on the way, and if Egypt qualify, they will be a dark horse to watch, because they have struggled, and that's a nice defend by Sierra Leone defender. I think that's Bangura, and a long kick into Sierra Leone player who is holding on to it right now, and he's knocking it around. I don't know what's the intention of the manager. He's looking around his bench. Maybe, just about maybe, he might want to make some changes, but I'm not too sure whether that should be a good idea right now. Like I was saying earlier on, we've had a lot of couple of disagreements in Syrian football, and those disagreements are based on the fact that we get people and way they snitch glory. Okay, then they snatch glory, not to snitch. Then they snatch glory. When I say snatch glory, I mean it like this. These boys were not paid attention to when they were going through the qualifying series in the early years of last year, late right up to almost the end of last year. They were actually struggling to qualify. Not much attention is being paid towards them, and of course, SLFA don't really have faith in them. I would say that with confidence, because the reason why I'm saying that with confidence is because they haven't been able to do things that are meant to be done for these boys. Morocco is going to get a second yellow card of the match, and I think that yellow card is going to be a very decisive one that is going to put the Moroccan team on the back foot, meaning they cannot conceive many cards. Right, Abdul, if you want to watch the match, you can go to Albert. If you want to watch the match, you can go to YouTube. It's live on YouTube. That should be a red card foul. That is not even a yellow card. That's a red card. That is a red card. If you have a VAR second look into that particular foul, it should be a red card. That's a stamp on the shin and close to the ankle of the Sierra Leone defender, and I think he deserves a red card. Well done, young man. Keep it up. Don't lose hope. They're trying to do everything possible right now to get you guys distracted. Don't be scared. And that's a definite red card. That's a red card. That's a red card. There is no way you can get away with that. That's a red card foul. It's a deliberate stamp on the shin, and that player should have been ushered out of the pitch. Again, if VAR is going to look at it for the second time, maybe they will make the decision different from what the referee has chosen. So right, like I was saying, we get people that really steal glory. And why I say steal glory, this tournament, them Bobo also where they play so. Okay, they call them Bobo, they are not actually Bobo. But yeah, they are 20-year-old, and they are, yes, I can still call them Bobo because that's what they call Bobo in a salon. We young. Where's the goalkeeper? The goalkeeper comes for it, and it's a good save. Comfortable save by the goalkeeper. He has made some significant saves earlier on in the first half, and an ain't save, and they don't keep we going. So right up till now, with Morocco able for a break with defense line, and we're not able for conceive no goals. So I've got Juma back on the line. Hello, Koto Juma. Welcome once more. Sorry.
I said thank you, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you so much. So far, I think it's been an interesting start to the second half. The boys are doing great. One thing I like so far is their work rate, their level of confidence, and their determination. You can see everyone is involved in the game. There is no passenger on the Leone Stars side.
Yep.
They are not scared. They are not timid. They are giving it their all, definitely. Yep. So that's and for me so far they've been dominating the second half.
Yeah,
so.
They have been, just like the first half has been so far. The first 15 minutes was dominated by the youngsters. By Shooting Stars, and Morocco took part of the second half of the first half, and then Sierra Leone ended it up all at the end of the first half. So yeah, they've been actually doing well, and they've got fair share of the first 45 minutes. So far, so good. They are on the attacking side within the first 5 minutes of the second half that just started. Like I said, Mr. Ba has been extremely pivotal in this particular tournament. He's been the champion in the defense, and he has not been given any chances to Morocco to have a one-to-one on the ball or even attempts attack. And they have defended very well. They have a pack of 4-4-2, and nobody goes, nobody moves. Everybody goes as a team. It's like a wave of attack. Oh, that's a miss.
I know, Gandhi.
That's a miss, Gandhi. Unlucky.
Yes.
Gandhi have got a couple of possibles, but I think he's been struggling a bit because they've been holding on to him.
This one deflected, so
it should be a corner. It should be a corner. Yeah, go on, Juma, as you were saying earlier on.
Right. So, like I said, for me, history before now, you can see even the main team, the national, the Leone Stars. Usually, when we mix some of these big name clubs or teams, we're timid, we're all defensive, and just looking for that counter attack. But you can see the guys are, looking forward, midfield solid. They're really working. So for me, it's a promising young team. And hopefully, if we maintain them and we encourage them, they'll grow up to be a good national side for us. So for me, that's the one thing. They're not scared at all. They just have to be now more technical in terms of, looking for the opportunities that will make that difference. Because if we're able to score earlier in the second half now, then we're going to rattle them. That will rattle them completely, and they will not know how to respond. So we need a goal. That's what I would say.
I just agree with you, and for the fact that we need a goal also, we should be very careful of not conceding one right now, because
that
again,
is true.
Like you said, the defense has done extremely well. They've been protecting the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper has made a couple of significant saves as well. So yeah, I totally agree with you on that. We'd had a couple of chances. This was a very good first touch by Mr. Jallo, and unfortunately he slipped. I think he was too much determined to do some extraordinary, and he couldn't make it at all. But I think I'm very much impressed with their performance, given the fact that a lot hasn't been given to them in terms of boost morale, encouragement, and everything else, based on the challenging terrain that they're coming from, with all the back and forths, things that are happening in Sierra Leone, and they managed to qualify, and they find themselves in the second stage of the tournament. I think that is impressive.
Right. So let's talk about how, we got these players, how, more so the foreign-based under-20 players. Why haven't us done this enough in the past, trying to scout for our boys out there? Because they want to play, they want to serve. But I think our scouting team are doing a good job. Do you know why that is?
To be very honest to you, I will not say our scouting team are doing a good job. I have the reason for saying that. And some of the reasons are blunt, and I might have to say it as blunt as it is. I think 20 years ago or 25 years ago or more than 25 years ago, we started an initiative of bringing in Sierra Leonean players together from the diaspora as young as 5, 3, up to the age of maybe 14 at that particular point in time. We have a couple of them that came from Freetown at that period that joined us, and we have a couple of them that were already based in the UK, born here, bred here, from Sierra Leonean parents. So when we started off this whole project, it's about bringing in Sierra Leonean kids of Sierra Leonean heritage into mainstream football by getting them together and getting them involved in various different local tournaments. But the biggest problem we have as a nation is greed. We get people very greedy, we big guy, we want for one show on their own alone. And I am not even in hesitation to make mention of any of those things, because I think personally it hurts when you try to put together stuff that you're working with people and then people take it away and mess it up. So between myself, John Sama, and Molai, and few more other players who were involved at the initial stages, we were trying to do something of the same sorts. I was the one pushing John, bro. You've played for Sierra Leone at the highest level, and that was the time. You remember the time when Turkey actually
Yeah.
went to the final of the European Championship?
Yes.
That was the time. And guess what Turkey did then? Turkey as a nation had a huge amount of Turkish kids that were born in Germany. And if you watch the German team after that tournament, you can actually see the amount of Turkish born players that were representing Germany. And Germany did extremely well after that particular wave of young fleets of Turkish players. So Turkey actually set up their academy in Germany and start recruiting kids of Turkish heritage into the Turkish national team. And that's how they succeeded to have one of the best teams in Europe. And we, myself, looked at that concept and realized we can do the same, because we have a lot of Sierra Leonean players who are based in this country that plays for younger or smaller clubs that we can use to the best of our advantage and get them to play for Sierra Leone. After a couple of years of struggling, trying to make it work, we didn't. We try, we fail. We try and fail. We try consistently and was not able to break through. Eventually, 3 years ago, we managed to pull it off. And we succeeded in actually bringing some huge amounts of young players together, some of whom are now playing and representing Sierra Leone at this particular tournament. Because that was the whole idea behind us bringing these boys together, get them ready, convince their parents so that we were able to get them to play for the national team. And here we go today. We have a couple of them there, but it could have been
Yeah,
more.
I agree with you that there's been challenges or opportunities missed. But what I'm saying now is looking at this competition, okay? Um, the scouting team have tried. I think Mola has been part of that team, right? Trying to recruit or identify players, of Sierra Leonean heritage or from Sierra Leone playing, at a professional or semi-professional level outside Sierra Leone. So at least they've done a good job to bring these ones up, and I hope they'll continue in that path, but more so try to develop the youth football in Sierra Leone, because you have to have a strong home base, because you remember the time we had what you refer to him as the Papa Witzman
Mm-hmm.
and Academy, then
Broken.
later, yeah, Broken and all of that. So, um, yeah, so we really need to have a blend of both experience foreign based as well as a good youth team. Because if you look at the Morocco side, though they may have players who are based overseas, some of those started in the academy in Morocco,
Well,
right?
there's
So
a
it
huge
gives you an example,
difference with the
right?
Moroccan team. I would say give
Right.
credit where credit is due, but Mother should not take credit for that, because again,
No,
it
I'm
was
not giving him
it
credit,
was
but
it was
he's
credit
part
that was
of.
snatched from John Sama and myself. But in
Right.
terms of actually looking at the context of what we're talking about, we could have
Right.
had more players representing right now. We could have had more
Okay,
players,
that's
more
understandable.
skillful, more talented, more willing players to be in this squad right now. And
Right.
I will tell you, the ones that are there right now, no disrespect to them, they have proven their worth why they're there. But we could have
Right.
had more. So that is
Right.
a downside to me, because we fail to work collectively to build a system that works for the country.
Right.
We should not
Okay.
work individually to build a system that works for us.
Right.
Now let's go to the Moroccan concept.
Uh,
20 odd years ago, Morocco started grassroots football alongside Sierra Leone for both male and female. Sierra Leone was one of the template countries that they included into that process of developing grassroots football. Morocco started off 20 years ago, and Sierra Leone was part of that journey. You know, like I read, they say, okay, look, we start a project. We start for build grassroots football, but look, we take Salone come alongside. We use Salone and Morocco as a template for both male and female football.
Right.
Now Morocco now they go represent
Anyway,
now
let me stop
female
there
World Cup.
quick. We'll come back to that. I don't know what's happening with Jallo. I see they get treatments.
Jallo don't get a twist of ankle.
Yeah, nobody was chasing him.
Yep.
So that's concerning, and I don't know what's going to happen. But also, one thing I observed in the last 5 to 10 minutes, our boys they're kind of like losing their composure.
Yep.
So
fatigue.
Fatigue, but more so their mental strength. You know, it's like they allow they're getting frustrated easily, and that is concerning for me because psychologically, you know, mentally, you have to make sure you stay stable there and keep your composure. You focus on the game. There are things you try will not go work for you, but others you work. But so now also leadership coming, and I hope the manager they notice that will be passive. Let them not get too excited for just maintain the composure. For me, that's a concern for me because the moment you start losing that, then that's it. You know, you lose focus. You know, and that's a concern. Well done.
I agree with your concern, and again, the reason for your concern is based on two things. One, what has been the discussion in the changing room for the first half?
Right.
Two, like you said, what is going to be the composure and discipline of these boys as they are getting to the crucial point of the tournament? It's not yet over until it's over. Now Morocco are making 3 significant changes.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting to see them making 3.
And the changes when they make way, they get a corner, right? I think.
Yep. Yeah. So they're making 3 changes right now that is going to be scary because it just shows that they won this game.
Yes.
And they not get good record with penalties.
Right.
In this tournament, their records is not good because most of the games that they have lost, not so full out 90 minutes playoff.
Okay.
Now on penalties, on the semi-finals, on penalties, on finals, so they don't have good records on penalties at all.
Right. So and I think the young man will get yellow card. They don't pull out.
They have to play safe because otherwise he will conceive a red card because that foul way he do against Jallo. Against Kamara, that's definitely a red card foul.
That's a red card.
That's a red card. I don't know how he managed it, but that's a red card. Should have gone a long time ago. But coming back to your concern about the way.
Watch the corner first, the Morocco corner.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen. Cleared out by the Sierra Leone defender, and it goes again into the hands of the Moroccan team. Goes out for a goal kick. But like you say, the boys have performed well. They just need for keep and maintain their composure.
Yeah.
At the moment now, Morocco frustrated.
Right.
Because they are seem to be possibly one of the best teams in the tournament.
Correct.
And they have struggled to win decisive matches, but they won.
Right.
Then get a couple of goal scorers then within the squad, but haven't been able to score a goal right now against us.
Right.
So between them and South Africa, get the highest amount of goal scorers in the squad.
Okay.
So that means they can score goals from everywhere. But why have they not been able to do so against Leone is their frustration.
Right.
So as much as they are frustrated, we just have to maintain our composure and then push forward a little bit and play on the counter. I don't know whether the Sierra Leone coach is going to make a change. I think he's looking at
2 of our players are up.
Yep.
You know, number 7
and number 20.
Number 20
I bet these 2 players are strikers. So who's coming out? Okay, maybe Jallo is coming out because he may have picked up some injury.
Yeah.
Yep, Jallo is out.
That's a good one.
And now Ba is going to be out as well.
Wow.
Okay, that one is definite. Jallo definitely cannot move on.
Yeah.
Okay, Kamara is out. Kamara is being replaced.
Okay. Fofana they come in.
Yep. So we're basically having now an attack and a defender being replaced.
And I see we captain Momo.
Yeah.
No, it looks lost na me I force, so I don't know.
Now, so in game can do, it can lost, they appear.
So.
But I agree with you. It all lost so far. Well defended.
That's a good one. Clear. Oops.
Goes out for a goal kick in favor of Leone. That's good. If we keep the goal line as it is, we're going to frustrate Morocco even more, and we should just build on the counter.
Yeah, me not think so for keep the just that like that. We need for pull them come out now. We let them get the threats more. We need to start.
Oh yes, I agree. But 0 is better than
no, we don't want that. That's we want a goal up so they'll get more frustrated. 71 minutes gone. Kamara get the ball now. Kamara again. Like you say he can out and come back.
He can out and come back. Now see the play.
Yeah.
Now the machine. Now one game team no more. Now in the change in game. At the moment we've got 6 goals on shots and then they've got 4. So we have done well.
Right.
We've done well.
Dominating on possession the second half so far.
Well, on possession, yeah, they will be because they've made a couple of attacks and they are leading the attack within the past 5 minutes of the first half. I mean of the second half, or the 10 minutes of the second half gone. So we only have like what 30 now 20 minutes to play for, and so far so good. I think extra time is going to be where the challenge will be from.
Well, we hope we get a 1-goal lead. We don't want to go extra time. I don't want that.
Well, you might not want that, but I'm quite happy if they can take it all the way to extra time.
That is true, but I want them.
And I'm even quite happy if they can take it all the way to penalties, because it shows how determined they are.
That's true.
And for you to go to penalties in this particular tournament, it means you cannot be taken lightly.
The only thing of penalties, I'm not sure about with goalkeeper, because I think they can go with half mind where they go for full stretch and stuff like that. In a greedy hand them. I don't know why.
Maybe, but I think again penalty is a game of chances anyway. You might think you're losing it, but like I said, Morocco don't have a good record on penalties, and they have lost majority of the penalty shootout that they've got with losing these tournaments in the crucial stages of the semi-finals and final. But unfortunately, they're not lost better to West African countries there yet. That's the most interesting thing. They've only lose 1 match to, I think, Mali.
Okay.
That now.
Well, say Mali always gets up against the Arab teams.
Yeah, and they haven't performed well against West African countries. Well, they haven't lost matches against West African countries. They've got a very good record. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper.
That's a good one.
That's a good save. That's a good save. That's one of the clear chances that they've got so far.
For Morocco.
Eh?
That's a clear goal.
That's a clear goal. And we are now attacking again once more. Oh, that's a lot. I think if Gandhi carries on putting them under pressure, we'll be able to possibly. That's a very clear header. Clear header.
It's a goal chance that they messed up. I see Gandhi the limp. I don't know why.
Well, like I said, fatigue might have been playing some amount of role right now in the game, because this is a high-level match, and a high-level match means you play high-pitch football. Yep, I can see him limping as well.
Yeah.
Cramp. Well, anyway, let's wait and see what is going to be the outcome. But if he cannot, I think they can't change him.
They need to.
They need to change him. They need to change him.
We don't need passenger right
nope,
now.
Nope.
Hop on in game and stuff. I make they say they therefore make sure they keep the physical as well as the mental composure.
Yeah, so, they likely might have to change him. About 15 more minutes of the second half to be played. And this is not the crucial part of the game where everybody they get tired. You don't want frustration.
This linesman, I don't know if that a lady on this side.
You know doing your favor, eh?
No. It looks very harsh to boys.
I know. You don't look doing your favor at all. I don't realize that a couple of times.
Yes, it look harsh with the boys.
That's what it look like.
Right.
You know what? We can't for him.
Yeah, she's a suspect.
We can't for him. You know what? You know more. You know say we na salon boy.
Yeah.
The go fair news. The stone am. But yeah, Juma. Okay, what's your take on actually officials traveling to these tournaments when they are not really needed?
Again, you see, this that way too they talk about waste of taxpayers' money. You
Yep.
spend also you don't need for spend. Oops.
Oh, clear chances. Oh no.
Leone Stars chance.
Oh
The
no.
goalkeeper did very well.
Yep, he came out. He's always been coming out, so he's been very consistent in coming out anyway.
With player officials traveling. Oh, Gandhi is down.
Gandhi is down. Definitely, he's not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, so the camp door.
He's not going to be able to make it. We need to have a replacement. And
that number 7 with them was that Fofana?
Yeah.
That run?
Yeah. That was a good run.
That's encouraging.
That's a good run. So yeah, Koto Juma, back to my question.
So like you say, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So like you say, officials traveling and all of that, not the same thing over and over again. Sometimes you get more officials than the players themselves. So it's waste of taxpayers' money, and really not they put focus on what's supposed to be done, and you get a lot of interference, into the game or the planning of the game for people away not supposed to be doing that, because again, everything about the game now how you prepare for that. So you don't need beaucoup voices, not many cooks in the kitchen.
At the moment there are many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, unfortunately, now so we always done they do, and you see them the group stage they don't do very well. You will get for see more officials they go in now for what take place.
Yep.
Unnecessarily.
Yep.
For things the way they not work on.
Yep.
So they want to go side and also.
Now they call still in the glory of the success of the boys where they are right now.
People that that know how to do that best.
Yep.
Then the time their involvement, then the way to all man don't suffer, then can they make the loud noise? What whose kind clearance that? Okay, it was a pass. That's a risky one from our defense.
Well, again, they've been very composed in that defense. They've been knocking the ball around. They don't just kick it out for the sake of kicking it out.
But you're not being sure. We play are not being there closer enough for let you take that risky pass.
Wow, that's a good combination.
That's a combination.
That's a good combination. That's a good combination. You're gonna finish it? No.
The goalkeeper again.
He's always coming out on time. He's very much focusing on coming out on time.
Right.
So yeah.
At least we threaten them. So.
No, then Nameka say if we work on the counter, it will serve us right. No penalty. No penalty. Goal kick. Thank you, referee. Thank you, referee. Goal kick. Thank you, referee. Thank you, referee. You see, it converts very well. If not, we don't come on a problem.
That's a good save. That's a good save.
You see the man will come off from the deep.
Were they not offside already?
You know they were not offside. They were not, because the man will go for the ball, so they ain't come off from the deep. They ain't come off from the deep. That's a dive. They should give him a yellow card.
Right.
Because the Gibana Chacha.
No.
That's a dive. You should have a yellow card for that. Gibana Chacha. They didn't touch him at all. Well done. Well done. Well done. Penalty need to happen now. Like clean football they play. 90 minutes. Can't they done?
I
did say they go for penalty. No, can do VAR now. No mix for rubbish.
They will.
Oh, he's waiting for VAR.
Yeah.
No, VAR is not gonna play any role today. They did not touch him. Nobody touches him. Nobody not touch him. But what do you think about VAR? You think VAR has changed the game?
Well, I would say it don't enhance the game, because there is nothing which is 100%, right? But it don't do a lot for, reverse. Decisions the way sometimes for be go wrong, because the two pair of eyes not enough. So going back to the artificial intelligence and come back and review the game, that helps a lot. So
VAR.
yeah. Whoops. All right. hold on a minute, Timo. I can continue forward the commentary.
All right.
I need to take care because the allergies they kill me at the moment.
Sorry. Well, we're now going to have a VAR check. Whether it is a penalty or not, yet to be proven by the VAR. But so far, so good. We cannot see any physical contact on this. Yes, the Moroccan player gets the ball away from the goalkeeper, but there is no physical contact of any sort at all. As you can see, the referee is looking at it carefully. They're going back and forth with the reverse psychology of VAR, and I personally don't think there's any contact at all. But let's wait and see what the referee's decision is going to be like. They are doing a 360 of moving the cameras around to see whether there has been any form of contact. I definitely did not see. The Moroccan player tried to kick the goalkeeper so that he will have a contact.
This is not a foul. It's
Nope.
not a goal scoring opportunity.
No, it's not. Like I
what you
say,
call
the
it?
Moroccan player tried for kick the goalkeeper so that he will get contacts.
Yeah, we keeper come out and intercept the play. The ball was going away from goal.
Yep.
So
No, it
there
wasn't
was
going
no
towards
way
the goal.
to
So
say-
definitely it will not
Yeah.
be a VAR decision. If they make
No.
it a VAR decision against us, that will be very brutal.
Right.
That is a brutal one against us. It's only
Right.
8 minutes to play,
Right.
and we don't want to lose this just by this.
And it's a difficult one for the ref because they don't look at from different
Yep.
angles. Show say there is nothing. So
No,
you can't
there's
give
no
them
contact. There's no
advantage.
contact. If there was contact, they would have got close to the contact. What is your
And the
decision,
goalkeeper,
referee?
Forget advantage, Yanda, because I'm telling.
No penalty. No penalty. Goal kick.
Yeah, that's it.
Goal
Well
kick.
done,
No
well done,
penalty.
well
Goal
done,
kick.
well done. Well
Goal
done.
kick. No penalty. No
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
contact. Well done, referee.
I was on edge.
No, I wasn't on edge because if there was contact, you'd actually see it and go to the contact itself.
Yeah.
They will get to the contact. But you can clearly see, say, the Moroccan player try for kick the goalkeeper so that he will able to get contact because he realized there was no contact.
The goalkeeper.
Yeah.
If you don't lose the ball already.
If you don't lose the ball, so he tried to create contact, but there was no contact.
Yeah.
All right, well done, boys. Keep it up. Keep it up. Gandhi is still on the pitch, but I think he needs to be replaced because he's slowly struggling with this particular match right now.
Right.
And the biggest threat na the pitch, I don't know he plays to win a Kamara.
Uh-huh.
Kamara was giving them serious problem in that on that wing,
Mm-hmm.
and they know he plays him already. But if I were to double them,
Yes.
because that's the only way we can get them.
This Keita guy, he's doing an exceptional job.
Yeah, Keita has always been defending well.
Yeah.
Always been defending well, and that is good. Very, very good.
So it's 83 minutes.
Yep.
0-0.
7 minutes to go for official 90 minutes of the match to be played. Are we going to have a replacement? No, it's a throw. Okay. A quick one being taken and a foul being awarded to us. No, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Don't stay there.
Lazy play,
Don't
boys.
stay there. You see, like I say, we've been very composed in holding on to the ball. We are not in any hurry to lose it.
Right.
We've been very composed, and the challenge has been an equal one. Are you going to take a shot on target? Yes! Oh, whoa!
What a save
That's a
from the
chance.
Moroccan
That's a
goalkeeper.
chance.
That's Kabia.
That's a chance. The score is 0-0, Alina. So we're still waiting for a Sierra Leonean goal that is yet to be fast approaching. That was a good shot on target. That was a good shot on target.
From Kabia.
Saved by the
Kabia's
goalkeeper.
defender.
That was a good shot on target. Kabia now one of the players the way you don't know his name, but he has been doing extremely well.
Yeah.
Very composed defender. And now we have a corner kick being taken straight into the box, cleared out by the Moroccan defense. Back in possession, hit the target for a corner, collected by the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper save. Yeah.
Yep. So Juma,
Yes.
VAR, I don't really like it
Why?
because the game should be decided by people who are watching it.
Yeah, but again, we don't see a lot of times where people people their way because nothing is not allow them for turning under like that. Don't do it. VR is just enhancing. Still, now the figure for make the final decision, right?
Yeah, but in the referees making the final decision can be controversial.
Yeah, but it will be controversial.
It's always controversial. We've seen a couple of controversial VAR decisions being made by referees over the past couple of years since they introduced VAR.
Yeah,
And
but then
those
there's been the same thing with referees, the way they use their own judgment and make wrong decisions as well. You know, and again, you have forget a little bit of integrity in the game. So for sure, the independence and neutrality. So that is another reason for the VAR. You know, because sometimes the same decision with VAR they make, we all they see am not so.
Mhm.
Whereas if now the ref make and you not get an opportunity for let the ref be play and aid again. So we always blame the referees. So you know the referees they need to be protected as well. So
Yeah, true.
yeah,
But we've seen a couple of VAR decisions that have gone wrong.
I agree with you. That's why I started with saying that nothing not the way foolproof or 100% correct. You know, nothing not the way 100%. So because of that, VAR not go cover everything, but VAR they enhance the referee and the officials their own role. So I am not against it really.
All right, so
Now,
right now, 87 minutes of the second half or the full match being played. Only 3 minutes plus extra time is what we yet to see against one of the best teams in the tournament, playing from the left to the right side of the pitch from my side against the shooting stars of Sierra Leone. We qualify for the very first time and make their way into the quarterfinals with some impressive victories and I never say disgraceful, but disappointing loss. And we should have kept our record straight right up to this level. Maybe now for they play Ghana so. No, now
that
for
would
the.
have been an interesting match, really.
I know.
I was looking
know.
forward to Ghana, Ghana Sierra Leone match now.
Okay, let me watch the scores and see what it is like still with the Ghana Egypt match. So it was 2-1 earlier on, and I think it still remains to be 2-1. So the match is still 2-1. Egypt is still leading. And you have the final match later this evening. Oh, that's a nice turn in by Mohamed.
Yeah.
So I think about Kamara can lose and come back. Oh.
I know. Now we have players up.
On the attack.
Yeah.
Nice cross. Unlucky. Goes out for a throw. In favor of the shooting
two
stars.
Players that came in, the number 20 and number 7, they've been impactful.
Oh yeah, they've made a difference. They've added more depth to the match.
Yes.
They've added more depth to the match, and we are very much composed in the final third of the pitch on the other side. Oh, that's a good try. That's a good try. That's a good try. The keeper was not expecting that.
Keita again.
The keeper was not expecting that. I think Keita is a long shotter.
Yes. They really use the initiative.
Yeah. The keeper will not be expecting that at all.
Yeah.
That came from nowhere.
I think the keeper was expecting a cross.
Yep. You not be expecting that at all.
Yeah.
See the composure. I like
number 7. I like Fofana. Fofana is.
No, Fofana na businessman. He don't replace Kamara because when he come, I believe to say it could be a struggle. It not gonna be the same.
Like a Kamara, the captain.
Yeah. No, like a Kamara, the winger.
No, I mean, the kind way they play for me, where they get the ball now before they go. You
Oh,
know?
okay, yeah, true.
Yes. Now businessman, only they think about how can we get goals.
Yeah.
You know.
That was Keita's shot that was meant to be a cross. The keeper nobody expects. I really he would go at the first post. It's like the ball change direction. But so far, I think we've been very impressive. Even if we not qualify, God forbid.
No. Qualify, but it will be challenging.
It will be a challenge. Yes, I know.
Bangura is going to be going out.
Is he being yellow carded or is going out?
I think so. He don't get a yellow card or something. Is it 3 yellow cards in the tournament?
For you to be out? No, I don't
No,
think so.
I think he don't. I don't know. The time I can see them put 3 yellow cards or something. Okay, the number 3 side of Bangura.
Okay, and that's a nice cross to the flank. Again to
That's
Fofana.
Yeah.
And that's a throw for us.
Yeah.
So far, so good. We are up there. I think this is a very shocking result for the Moroccans.
Well, I mean, I tell you, say I'm confident with our boys.
No, yes, I am. I am too.
They're gonna pull it through. Kagbo is coming in.
Yep. That's Cowboys coming in now.
Okay, for Bar.
For Bar. Is that a positive change? I'm not sure, but let's see. But Kagbo seems to be a striker, so basically we won this.
Yeah, that's how I do.
It looked like we won this. So if we pull midfielder for Kagbo striker, that's a good corner. Don't give you a corner already.
And T-Boy, watch one thing. You know, before, where we they get to players, then they go play, they all look lengy.
I know. This time is different. I know.
You know.
You can see the energy match streets.
Yeah. So,
that's a nice header out. Kick him back inside it.
Okay.
Corner again.
Oh no, that
saved by the goalkeeper.
Yeah. You see that at the number 20 again.
Yeah, I agree with you, Juma. There is a full match for bone to bone. It don't look like before. Yeah, I know. But they have done well. They don't do very well. I mean, 8 minutes of extra time to be played, so we have 6 more minutes of the full 90 minutes for ladies. Second half done. And then we possibly therefore wait for another 15 minutes before we go into the last quarter of the first 2 halves, and then we get most likely maybe penalty. But we should be disciplined right now, because over the past couple of matches we've actually lost our focus towards the last third of the match, and we have managed to pull it off right up to this point. And like I say, we get a very cool and calculative manager. We need to talk too much.
Yeah, so I want to ask you, I don't know much about the manager.
Me either.
Okay. They say that they manage the Diamond Stars, or is it Diamond Stars or Campo Eagles team or something like that?
Not sure, but apparently he has been with the squad from under 15, 16.
Okay, so there's a relationship.
Yep.
And you understand the boys.
Yeah, he don't deal with them from under 16 stage. So basically, he don't deal with them for long, and I don't groom them to this level.
Good thing,
yeah.
You know, from the management side point of view, because when you understand, they get relationships, so you know.
Yeah.
So okay, that's why you see the way where they all the gel together. Like
yeah,
that.
They're more compact.
Okay.
They're very compact. So yeah, it don't do well over the years for work with them all this while. And like I say, in decision for bringing in a lot of home-based players, has been proven right. And you know miss on that at all, because for make you able forget a whole squad.
Well done, number 20.
They're claiming handball.
No,
out. It's not a foul.
Foul or offside?
Nah, handball. Nah, out of the 18.
Handball?
Nah, handball, yeah. Out of the 18. That could have been yellow carded anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
That could be yellow carded.
That's reckless.
Yeah, 20. Recklessness. That's careless play. They can give you yellow card for that, or even red card set. But that's deliberate handball. If it was inside the 18-yard box, it's penalty.
That's reckless.
That should have been given away at the 11th hour. You came out and challenged well. You should have just kept it tight.
It's gonna get okay. I thought he was gonna get yellow carded.
They might yellow card him.
Yeah.
They're definitely gonna yellow card him. Yes, it is. It's coming out. It's going to be yellow carded.
That's reckless.
Carelessness. But I think again, it's a technical foul. Especially when they're outside the 18-yard box, it's technical. Yep. Now they just have to defend this one, because it's almost what, 3 minutes to go. Yeah. They just have to defend this one. This is not the scary part of the tournament, you know.
Exactly.
But Juma,
Samba
you know,
match.
you know one thing. I choose to possibly say this, my opinion. But you know, say Fulham not be they play ball so far in the past 20 years of salon football.
But that is not true.
No, I say in the past 20 years of salon football to this level. No, to this level.
Because they not be they pick them for.
No, I disagree. No, I disagree.
If you find out Tiago right now, not about 4.
5.
5.
You call 4. There is 5. What's in the referee in thought? You don't need VAR for this. This is now out of the 18-yard box. Come on, what's wrong with you? It's not VAR because you're not using a VAR check. No, it's not VAR check.
It is.
Why? But out of the 18-yard box, it's out of it. Outside. Yep, now outside. Then they do all things. Morocco. It's Morocco. That's why Tunisia actually was pissed off about the whole tournament of Morocco hosting everything. It's outside. Not Gillianda.
Do not.
Look at it. Intimidation now.
Yeah.
What is it? Why they watch you now? Why? Now free kick. What's it? What do you have to say? Penalty. Free kick. Yeah. Positive decision by the referee. He has done it twice. Free kick. Yep. Composure. He's definitely outside the box. But there was no need for VAR for that anyway. Now this can make Tunisia the vex. You don't issue the man yellow card back again. Oh, he's giving him a red card. Oh my God. I told you it's a red card decision. He don't get a red card. Juma, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Samba don't get. You don't get a red card. I think it's a poor decision.
I know.
But
I think he do that for compensating Moroccans.
Yes, I think so.
Or let them feel good.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
He saved it, so it prevent them from scoring.
So we should now have a full defensive defense.
Right.
And just play on the counter. We get for defending, so this is very crucial.
It is.
This is very crucial. Otherwise, we're coming back into 10-man defense against 11 players for the next 30 minutes of the match. And I think that will be very scary. Hope this one does not make any difference at all whatsoever, as we are now waiting for the free kick to be taken by Morocco. The referee's whistle has gone, and is a decisive free kick blocked by the Sierra Leone defense, and it goes out for the ball still in play.
Yeah.
Yep, we're still in possession of the ball,
It's a throw to Morocco.
and we've lost it to Morocco for a throw. Well, it's only few seconds now being played. Maybe the referee is going to add another 1 minute to this, because the 8 minutes of the extra time of the second half is over, and maybe the referee is going to add another 1 minute to this, because 9 minutes has already gone and we have 8 minutes of extra time. Maybe the VAR delay will make the referee put 1 more or 2 more minutes into the last half of the match. There is a last corner being awarded to Morocco at the 11th hour.
I'm on the edge right now, but
no, me, I'm not.
I trust the boys. You see the goalkeeper, they tell them stay focused.
Yep.
Tell them stay focused, don't lose it. You know. It's like the keeper is in control.
And he don't do well. He don't do well so far. So basically, in first match, he made a couple of mistakes. We not been good at all, and he don't do well.
Okay.
So far.
Then corner, it's a goal kick to Leone Stars.
Yep.
To Sierra Leone, the Shooting Stars.
To Shooting Stars.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a very impressive match for Sierra Leone. For me, they go full 90 minutes, and now they're going to be playing the next 15 minutes with 10 players.
One-man shot, yeah.
Right. Okay, second half is over, Juma.
Yeah.
What's your analysis?
Well, so far, like I said, the guys did well. They played their best. Unfortunately, we're not able to get a goal, but they had some, nice chances that they took, shots on target. And like I say, all of a sudden, all together, the boys, they don't stay composed, stay focused, determined to win. They're not there to defend. So for me, that's encouraging. Unfortunately, Sambaba just considered that that red card. We now don't put the boys under pressure with one man down. So they'll be playing 10 man against the Moroccan side for the next 30 minutes of the extra time.
Okay.
But again, it's a plus and a minus. We go there under pressure, but I still don't doubt we might still pull through. I am still confident that our boys will sail through to the semi-finals.
I'm very much confident too, because when you look at the fact, say, we can't play against 10 man, we can't play with 10 man, I think we got to be very defensive-minded right now and possibly play on the break. And we will only get one striker up front. We're not going to cause you too much of a problem anyway. If we get Mohamed up front in one game as a striker, I think one on one, he can perform, he can deliver on one-on-one. So basically, if them play on that way, it will be best for the team. Let's try for add Clay on the group call.
Okay.
And see if we can get some for join we.
Worst case, we force them to penalty kicks.
Oh yes, I think if we force them to penalty kicks, it will be a great advantage to us, because it means we go now for the all and all. We not 110%, but that is where we find ourselves. So be it. And again, for play against 10 man with a Moroccan side that has proven to be one of the best in the tournament, I've got Fred Clay online. Fred, hello, welcome. Hope you're doing fine. Who's the guy now? We get noise so.
Apparently, we suspect COVID at the family, so we don't call emergency for see how best then go intervene for if not COVID or not. Time boss na France.
All right, so you did live now on Sarah Game Media alongside Juma Ba, and we don't go possibly about the 90 minutes and extra. Juma Ba of Sarah Game Media. So for Clay, that's a sad news for you. You say una gets COVID scare in France, but I hope say the family is okay. Everybody's doing fine.
Well, the phone is when you go get from one of the doctors first now, they go see specialists. Then say not to take for worry back again. All man they live with her now.
Oh yes, of course.
They don't get medication, they don't get nothing, so panic not they.
Oh yes, of course.
So we didn't say everybody they live with her now.
Okay.
But so we panic, we all man they cough and our whole family, all man they cough same time back again. All man get fever. So now we make her worry. But I don't get the first information say whether not COVID or not, so I don't get treatment for when I forgo it. If you insist back again within 48 hours, then we call another specialist. But I can't do a second test.
Okay. But so
that we make and people for watch the match, they are not able to watch the match at all.
Okay.
Okay. So far, Fred, our boys have done well. The full match of 90 minutes gone goalless. Well, now they're starting the extra time of 15 minutes each. Unfortunately for we, one of the players just considered a red card.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, close
discipline,
to...
Discipline.
Yeah. Well, he tried. It was just an unfortunate and a reckless handball. But, now we are like one-man shot. So what's your take or prediction or your hopes for the Leonsters? Because for let the boys then play
for the shooting
full 90 minutes against Morocco, 0-0, and they performed extremely well now to the extra time.
No, me no want to take them match by match. I just want to assess them through all the matches they don't play.
Okay.
The sad thing no more. We mean no like we make cannot be one for even say anything about waiting they go on so. Now we would allow they use the boys there, abuse them. Can you imagine with everything when they do so no more now them boys do not get paid?
Well, apparently they have been paid 2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago.
Yeah. Apparently they have been paid 2 days ago.
Can you imagine now? You dey go for weeks where you don't know how also they turn back because now qualifying at the final, you get family less them, but of them get responsibility. You know, they have done more than well. Juma, if me they go side and they go for go work or go stand for anything, I'm not get what I want. So imagine that they play with their hearts, they not get what they want. Playing with their heart, giving everything for this green, white, and blue. They not get what they want. So me not get nothing for saying that, for just praise them and keep it up. They've done more than well. Whether they go out today or not, they don't demonstrate, say, then let them country, they don't demonstrate, say, they're ready for sacrifice. I just hope with this now, the one they will send the administer football, may they just change their rubbish behavior. May they just change and please. You know, this bad politics of football, you don't too much. I don't want to talk about the match because we don't talk about time. Juma will continue for talk about time. I think since I talk, we don't talk about the football politics. May they just change. May they left this tier. Look what you happen now. Anytime we get election, we play football and salon. Anytime we get election, we play football and salon. You see, how long for that? How long? Look what you happen again now. Now the boys don't do well now, then they can't turn back. Football no they play.
Right. And you're right about that because you just don't win the match on the pitch. You can lose it outside from your preparation, your mental strength, like you say, because we talked earlier about, your focus. When the other team is more prepared, more composed, the Moroccans, we know how serious they take football, how they teach football administration and management. And we're not supposed for the, day and then kind way, then you're absolutely right. So we need to change that attitude for the green, white, and blue, not for personal gains or any kind thing for showboat, show off. You can be your mister and whatever, do what is right for the sake of the green, white, and blue. The boys then they come out and sacrifice like this.
Juma,
Yes,
we politicians there, we football stakeholders, they all know what they're sold. Juma, just an Alphaville, like when you say Peckham team. When are the mayor? What it cost when me they see? They always this so they get them per DM. Then we go and get them per DM, the officers then get them per DM before then they left. Why not the players? Then not today we know so they play this game here. And now we know when you're able to put money for them kind of thing there.
No, but
not just play because the boys there.
The representative for NSA, we don't make and clearly say they're not budgets for under 20. So the under 20 just going up at this tournament, just like that. They did not budget set for them at all when they made the budget for last season.
T-boy, I'm not agree with you. No need for budget, so they need for making money available at any time.
But it wasn't available. They did not put anything aside for them. Because they're not being believed something in the qualifying in the first place.
What are they listening for? You justify. No reason. I look like tomorrow something come for that green, white, and blue.
Yep.
If I'll be
available, of course I agree.
No matter waiting.
I agree.
But you see one thing back again. T-boy, what they talk so safe? Look, just take time. I don't know if the country now swear on a bad we accept force or waiting. You wait the go see one for watching things and they are lucky when they wait they get their own people and behind the window they ever allow owner for the property.
Sure.
They saw the ground, they look like this sorry to Ibrahim. With about dwarf and table. They say that end of competition. What did they do for get all the dirty game then they now prison big three or don't go. But why this? Why? For saying the government the next year? The same thing we don't want to attend the go anti-corruption. We don't want to go anti-corruption. Same precedents. Every now and then they can go be a match. With this football they can play, and immediately they can come back to say 8 years back, ball let it play. How long can this same recipe when I'm watching the recipe? How long? I'm looking for talk football table. I need to talk football again because I'm a mess. Nothing not good for say. First we praise the boys and say we get talent in a salon that they do well, but everything a mess. And also your administration they go wrong. What you want to talk again? Administratively they go wrong. What you want to talk to people then? Also they start today you want care go there. And they talk to Finnegan and say, hey Fred, one of the kick talents in that country. Is this salon one talent that we get? You see? So me, I don't know what to give us say. We don't talk about the boys then, they don't do well, and then look what happened they get back now. They said if it gets no more now. We best play how they get no more outside they go play in America. Because people don't have advice. I know they're not against American football, but we know no more now. Distance for the commodity camp, so many things they will go.
Yeah. Are you talking about the captain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the captain.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, you go play all
I just
the
don't
way
want to name the
outside
people and team they know more now, but just understand they don't get contact for go America. We just don't get structure.
Yeah.
And the contract we get for go America now on I
Until
recall
now.
the schemes now on loan.
Yeah,
Now
until
on
Can you
loan.
imagine we best player we all man wants?
On
Mean as
loan
if us
in-
don't contact me for that particular player, they would banter the goalkeeper for banter.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Look how they go.
So they basically go on loan right now. In they go as a signed player, but on loan
You know,
contract.
they go on loan with conditions, say if you get in visa, like the work permit kind of thing, then they go permit them for sign contract now or whatever.
So I come back to the way they administer for we.
Right.
What's the advice for somebody like that who will say that one day for be a top player will for manage when not only manage at the country, because
Right.
you know.
Yeah, because if you come on loan, and they go not to Saturday football, they play all the time.
Yeah.
You know, if that basketball will probably understand.
Understand. Now all the time
For
for talk about.
football.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. Don't give me update a big because I see Morocco and they jump now. You know, say they get to Bokuna ya.
Yeah,
Then
well,
what happen?
uh-huh.
Like
Well-
they tabula away with the salon flag pananti day.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know when they see me the jump now. Can I want shopping center now?
Yeah, possibly like that. We're still in control. Our boys
Yeah,
are still
we're still
playing
in
well.
control. The game is still
You know,
playing.
it's 0-0. You know, even though they were man down, you know, but the boys are still composed. They keep their lines them well, you know. And that goalkeeper we talk about, what me concerned about is the mental, the mental strength and for be focused. You know, so now that's let them not get frustrated or get too excited, and the keeper is keeping them on check with that as well. So they're doing a good job so far.
No doubt. You need to doubt them boys and no doubt. You need to doubt them. We need to doubt them. Trust me, I need to doubt them. But that's always no more. They go do them best when and guys the end.
No,
Scatter
that's
them back,
true.
they're not gonna
Me,
put it
I
together,
totally
you know?
disagree with the fact say you get the heads of authorities then we just they jump no man flies because they see the bubble they don't do very well. Then they go steal the glory. And when they all they go, then they give them per diem then before they left and they don't even stay there for more than a day. They just there,
T-boy.
collect their per diem
T-boy.
and then leave.
T-boy, now look what's happen. And they pray God not make it be too safe back again because the SLFA president, Daddy Ibrahim,
That's a good save by the goalkeeper. That's a very brilliant save. That's a one-on-one, and we just get a very good
and
save
our goalkeeper back.
by the Sierra Leone goalkeeper. Yes, go on, Fred.
T-boy, the people we want that goalkeeper there right now. The people we want that goalkeeper there right now.
Anybody is young and he's done well.
I'm not be even no say. Musa Tumbo na be Finnegan, na be manager to one guy when they call Jason. Musa Tumbo say they want her back now.
Wow.
Now afraid the man they afraid, I'll tell you. T-boy they no contact to the Finnegan where they no say they go under. For nearly all they play they will play so.
Wow.
Trust me.
I believe you.
So don't know the panic about them. But can look now out can get for Kangu, out this get for Kangu, all I don't know what to make salon, I don't have to put property in place. From governance take and do, I don't really know which I know if the passmat po on the thief man they will get to book another country day. I don't really know.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture of both. No, it's a mixture of both.
See, don't they now say take glory? They see all them thing there, so they when they can go state house. I ain't get the key. Open football. So today they go for the talk and they kill me once.
But the state house don't born, so they don't forget they run a state house.
Them born, you also can find them not born state house, you're not born, them born them.
Okay.
You know? Not to laugh at in this people, that's why they pay me because me football. The kind of passion we get for football, I don't get nothing. So anything
a little bit
opportunity
sluggish
I
at the
begin to think of
defense.
because people you see the evil part of salon football. Me I see all thing. I swimming sir, dancing sir.
Well, true. I may have seen a lot, but maybe not compared to what you have seen. But again, there's a fair share of disadvantage towards we the diaspora when it comes to anything in civilian. The fact of the matter is they don't see us like we are one of them, and then they always see we like a bread basket within they can pick up from all the time. So they don't really have that sort of value even into our contribution that we make into the country. They need to see them like for say now meaningful contribution. Hey, but true.
Now I make T-boy. Who don't know what thing for do. I not getting nobody give me salon. I not getting nobody step on me in a salon. A buzz, a mass, a kick. Yes. You
I'll
miss
tell you that
19
too,
for
because
Salon,
on
17 good years.
a head of
17?
NSA, na diaspora come out.
Well, again, like I say,
Emmanuel, the one before Emmanuel Abdullahi.
when they go na the position of trust, they abuse it themselves. So then
So
make you
not
always.
saying the diaspora, home base diaspora.
T-boy, trust me, it takes just one individual for stepping foot. But you get ready for the frustration. T-boy, in fact, which gun? I will go and make me team.
Oh, consider the goal. Offside. Offside. Thank God. 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 Oh no, you don't understand, friend.
That we conceive no more than the phone one for Donami.
Oh no, offside, offside.
It's an offside.
Friend, you don't understand right now. As much as I hate what these guys are doing to the boys representing Sierra Leone right now, I want them to make it true. Because you know why? It's about time for make the people and really run football as alone believe in youth football, believe in grassroots football, not so just lip service. And they've been giving out a lot of lip service towards grassroots and youth football, where not good for the country at all. So it really nice for make them go all the way for this tournament, for make them prove to them say, una pay attention, Paris, because we can deliver for the country. That is exactly what these boys have done so far. With all the challenges they were then faced with, they did not budget for them. They not tell them exactly how much they're going to give them. Yes, we know they are youths, but some of them have responsibilities. Some of them playing, then they look up to them, their siblings them, and then friends them. But the rep for NSA categorically clearly stated, we know they put no amount of how much we are giving these boys. I'm like, wow.
Boy, that statement in itself is embarrassing.
Thank you.
You understand? Because how can you say when you the budget now for football?
Thank you.
Completely, not a category say, full national team or senior side versus on the 20 and the female side or under 17. You budget for football, develop football in the country. Like Fred say, the boys now the raw talent they use. That's all.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the infrastructure, we are nowhere. When it comes to the preparation, we are nowhere. When it comes to the business side of football, we are nowhere. That is why we don't have players playing.
No. Again, there's a doubt. It's not that we are nowhere. They refuse to take us to where we're supposed to be.
But that's what I mean.
Important is the finance is there. They will go buy the SUV, what they want for do normal now, and then forget the amount of money sports they bring in the country.
Yep. They ignoring all the possibilities of how sports can generate income for the country.
The Moroccans are now, all the Moroccans are now, they get everything. So you can imagine if we're able to put everything for the players then, which will happen.
Sure, I agree with you there. But at the same time,
right now we get a free kick. We kids are they take don't pass. A long shot, but that
goes over the bar.
Oh my days! I want you because this is the thing that the Moroccan still.
Take some moment of it, Chile.
No, I don't the same language. They don't do. They're not so rebel. Me na rebel. I always say that. I say Sierra Leone rebel and over. Like whoa. I say yes, I feel that. So that they make the election. But on the serious note, T-boy, let's play the boys then win, and I'll continue for the talk. Let's see if we will change one day. But me, I don't talk tired. Let me carry the talk now. I don't talk at the talk so.
Whoa! Chances still rolling. Shoot for goal! What are you waiting for?
No, he tried, but the defender.
Shoot for goal, Juma. Then at the 6-yard box, kick and inside the box. You don't jam anybody go inside.
Yeah. You can't forget clear.
No need clearance. You had one chance. You had two. Yeah?
Let me finish and join you guys back.
Okay, no problem, Fred. Thank you very much for joining us. We're definitely going to call you back before the end of the match. All right, thank you. Keep your family safe and be good.
Yeah. I'll join you guys later on.
Okay, then. All right, see you, Fred. Juma, like I said, down. Nice tackle. This is coming too deep into our own. Clear one second. Technical foul. Goal kick. Nothing is given.
Yeah.
Nothing is given. Technical foul.
Yeah.
Nothing is given. That was good. That's good. That's a good chance. That's a good try. That's a good try.
Alexa funa crown along South End and nothing.
Oh, don't do well, oh. Oh, don't do
we
well, oh.
pass well. 1
Now,
minute
10
to go
mile
for
they
the
play with,
first.
so don't do well,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, we've done extremely
We
well.
don't do
Yeah,
well, oh.
create chances. Yeah.
Now, 10 man will play with, so for the entire 30 minutes of the extra time
I
being
would
awarded.
love to see our goal and see how Morocco then they cry out.
Then they sack the manager after this game. if they lost and they sack him, no joke. And they sack him. Because right now that we got and glory now with the Giso.
Yeah.
With the give we got and glory.
This is what it means to fight for the green, white, and blue.
Yes,
well
thank
done,
you.
Well done.
God's and glory. We're giving everything.
Yeah. Then number 11 and 14 will come inside, and then because
they've made significant changes.
Yeah.
Their one and two combination has been meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
Now they finishing them not decisive so far.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first half is nearly over. The extra 1 minute awarded should be after this after this corner, and we now get full 10-man defending this.
Well done, boys. Well done.
And has gone out. First half is over.
Yeah.
Alright, Juma, quick one before the second half of the extra time starts. Now, we don't see the performance of the boys within the first 15 minutes. What do you feel say the manager going to do for Team Talk right now? Because they only have few seconds to change over. No time to waste.
I think I just get for tell them, say, stay focused. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Give it your all. There's nothing to lose here, but just don't allow any slip-ups. That's all.
Okay.
That is all. Because the boys have done what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
You know, and the manager can talk so much because it is draining for them. It's fatigue, like you say. You know, some of these boys, they don't play not to the 6th match, this or the 5th match.
Yeah. Fifth match.
5th match. So it's a whole lot. And for play extra time with one man down, so meaning that the work rate will therefore put in, therefore be times 2 or times 3.
Oh, interesting match with the Ghana match. Ghana is 2-2 against Egypt. 2-2. So that is very interesting to watch and to see. Ghana don't go up 2-2. They have equalized. Now, like I say, Egypt has not actually performed well. They're very lucky to be where they are right now in this tournament. So it's really not that great for them at all.
Right.
So Ghana has gone 2-2.
Egypt only lucky because the young group not qualifies, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Not so that they would have been out. So
they would have been out, true.
Yeah.
So it's very much interesting right now to see how this tournament is gonna go. Because
so the boys are now T-boy and now them for play.
Now they determine.
No, waiting them for play now. You know Sky football them for play.
Boom and boom.
The community league football.
Okay.
Where they play
under sand, under all
the gravel,
yep.
all things.
Yep.
Them for foot right now. Where
I
they
agree.
play at that bad pitch.
I agree.
You know. Where the supporter they can't inside, they can't slap you.
I tell you.
That kind of thing.
So what you don't care? If you mistake now, they won't beat you. They go on you.
Yeah,
wow.
that kind of mindset thing I didn't forget now.
Morocco is still making changes. They really want this game not to go to the extra penalty shots. They not really want to make this game go to penalties because they are not good at penalties at all. Especially
street football, T-boy. Street football where they begin play for morning tenets. Yes.
From pape to pape.
Yeah.
But this is a very good result for the Shooting Stars. It's a very good result for the Shooting Stars. And what they don't do so far, they play the ball now they flanks them and hold them on. Because they don't have nothing to lose if they go on penalties. They just have to maintain their position now and make sure they keep the Moroccans them at their bay and don't allow them to have any further attack way than they can get right now.
Well done, Fofana.
Close your legs. Watch it till it goes out of the goal line.
Exactly. Now go halfway. Take the ball until it So that's our number 9, SS Cargo, right?
Yep, Insef don't do very well. Because at the moment, they're all on defender.
Yeah.
At the moment, we don't have any strikers. Everybody is a defender. Everybody should be behind the ball.
Yeah.
Everybody should be behind the ball. No defender, no midfielder, no attacker. If we get the break, we take advantage of it.
Gandhi, calm down, Gandhi.
Gandhi is the only striker right now. I know what get his strength for the upgrade.
Gandhi, the legs them they give away.
He's tired. When I for play at this level, the Moroccan team they play high pitch football.
Yeah.
And they play high pitch football, and then they play in that hot climate where they can play for 3 hours and not tired.
Now this they see stadium there.
And they tell you, you see the goal, you don't know how you reach there. You say, hey, this goal, I'll go for chest this back.
I know. Well done.
No, they're defending well. They're defending well. They're defending well.
Let them just keep the focus. If you keep the focus, the energy they come.
True.
Because Nalin and the members say what it will mean for semi-finals.
Yeah.
You know, don't allow them to be dancing with the ball too much. Well done.
Nice one.
That's right. Oopsie.
Me, I believe number say if Kamara gets a 1-1, Gandhi is finished.
Yeah.
Gandhi is finished.
We change Don or we can then.
I don't know. We still possibly have a couple of more changes to make because I think there's 7 changes you allow or 5 changes you allowed.
Yeah, in legs they don't give.
Yeah, it's finished. It's finished. Oh, thank you very much. And then call Malakutsu over the bar. Guided well. Morocco then frustrated right now because they can't believe that they can't believe that they are in this position right now against Shooting Stars.
Yes.
They can't believe it. They can't believe it.
Everything where they don't put is not working for them.
Yep. They can't believe where they are right now.
So who's your man of the match so far for the Shooting Stars? Sheriff is coming in.
Okay, yes, don't make some changes. I think Gandhi don't come out. Yes, Gandhi don't come out. They definitely it's a good change. It's a good change. It's finished. It's finished. It's finished.
That's a good one.
It's finished.
So Udan are your best player so far for the Shooting Star side?
For this particular match or the tournament?
Yes, for this particular match.
Well, I mean, for say Gandhi so far, but since he's out, I will still give it to him because he has been the out and out. He did between Gandhi, Barwed and Pool also. Because I'm not going to say Kamara because Kamara actually did well, but the way how he performed against South Africa, deliver that same kind performance there. But he also do well for this particular match. But without much said, that's a good drive.
For me, Keita has been our man of the match.
Yeah, Keita also has done well, but I think Keita has been defending well.
Yeah, and defending but creating chances too.
True, he has actually created a couple of chances. That was a good shot on target. That was a good shot on target.
Well done, goalkeeper.
Blind shots because the keeper not even they see him.
Yeah, not see him.
Okay, I agree with Keita, but like I say, to me now the 2 changes they don't make.
Alright.
Gandhi was totally finished. I don't think he could have played any part in that match anymore. That was a good change by the manager. And let's just keep the pack going. And when you get tired legs in penalties as well, it can be a distraction.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
if we maintain it as it is and we possibly try for focus just on the last dip of the tournament.
Well done.
Good defense. Good defense. Goal kick or corner? Looks like it looks like a corner.
It's a goal kick.
Nice one. Good defense. I'm very much anxious about the Egypt and Ghana game.
Ghana match.
I'm very anxious about this. I'm going back and forth to check the scores like every other minute. It's a corner.
It's a corner, yeah.
It's a corner. It's corner being awarded, and we're waiting to see what is going to be the outcome of it. It's cleared, saved by the goalkeeper. Good one-hand punch. No course inside the Thank you. Control. Nice clearance.
Get some off the lines, yeah.
There you go back. 1-1. Mohamed Kamara. Kamara did it. So you see, we only have 1 striker up front, and thank you. Take your time. You're not in any hurry. Take your time. Ghana, the Sky for sure, we say they are informed, but Egypt hasn't performed well, even though they are the host nation. They haven't been decisive at all. All right, so 110 minutes played so far. I think we possibly have something like 8 or 9 more minutes to go for the second 15 minutes of the match. And if we can just keep possession as much as we can and possibly attack as less as possibly as we can, we might be able to make a difference in this match. So far, so good. We are in control, even though we are one man down. We just still try to knock the ball around and get ball possession at the same time. Defensively, we are doing well. So, Juma.
Yes, T-boy.
So, what's your prospect about this particular team? You feel say if they go to the World Cup, they're able to attract more European or players within the diaspora?
So right now, when you look at social media, okay, a lot of names are coming up about kids from Sierra Leone and heritage. We're not even born Salon or not even go there. You don't begin to express interest for play for Sierra Leone. So because competition, everybody want for be seen, right? Well,
that's a good shot. That's a good try. You see, yeah. And they tell you say this, you can cut out so from nowhere.
Right. So now they go, the team will become attractive, the competition will become attractive. I think that is why even CAF, if you find out how CAF do, because I don't know whether that's done for senior team, but I see they get like a coaching session.
Yeah, they do have coaching session.
Mentorship session.
They have mentorship session as well.
And all of that.
And they have agent session as well.
Exactly.
So they are bringing in everything in play.
Right. So now, the one the way they play out the academies or second team or youth teams that Europe and other parts, we'll be looking at this as an opportunity because, it might be difficult for them to break. Ooh, Fofana. I like Fofana. I like his work ethic. So that's definitely if they make it to the World Cup, that will attract more players and more interest.
That's so true. And I also believe, say, the way how things are going right now, you get to look at some of the advantages them way the shooting stars they get, because if they attract more players around the world, it means it's going to be a bit challenging for maybe the senior side and also the other side then we possibly get interest, because the senior side therefore begin look at them boys just right now, because even though some of them are under 20s, but they are still capable of playing on the senior side.
Yeah, I'm sure Calon will be looking keenly with them boys here. So, and I know we'll be surprised in the future for you see in the it will take more of them boys here so for the senior side, for begin give them opportunity.
Okay.
Even if they are unfriendly matches, I know we'll be surprised.
Okay, that's so true, because at the end of the day, you want a breed of players that you get full control over, exactly what they did.
Right.
But I think international wise, the attraction good day for European based players. But I think if they qualify for the World Cup, it will be very interesting to see the amount of interest we will come out all over the world for players that we go out for can represent. And I know say you might find it to be maybe a little bit not right for the boys that have managed to make it through for the team for qualify for the World Cup. But
don't allow them in there to be playing, like that.
Well, yes, but I don't think.
Goal! It's a goal for Morocco.
Oh my God!
It's a goal, and it's that number 14 or the number 11.
Oh my God!
The player that when they change, when they bring coming at the last minute, now then Keita tried to guide the ball. Unfortunately.
Oh my God! It's a goal. What can you do? It's very much.
Is it an own goal or is it a goal from by the number 11?
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see the replay. Let's wait and see the replay.
Either own goal or the number 11.
Let's wait and see the replay.
I blame the goalkeeper too. The goalkeeper was not, he was too casual. in his the first ball where he punch out.
Wow.
Wow.
But it's not wow. Unfortunately,
I
we're losing
know.
1-0. But
You
again,
see, they played too much. They played too much.
yeah, that's a deep. That's you have 5, 6, 7
It's
players.
a own. It's a goal. Not a
Oh,
own
it's an
goal.
own goal.
Is it an own goal?
Yeah,
Right?
it should be an own goal.
Yeah.
Should be an own goal. That's Keita's ball into the nets.
Right. See
It's
that
an
they
own
not
goal.
by level.
Yeah, it's an own goal. So you just chip, but that's not the goalkeeper in Bolandi.
But now that's how they say the goalkeeper was too
Now
casual.
the goalkeeper in Bolandi.
Yeah.
Yep, it was already going in anyway. It was already going in. All right, Morocco has taken the lead 1-0.
Wow, that is so disappointing. I was looking forward to the
So the penalty shootout.
penalties,
Hey, well, don't
yeah.
give up yet because again, things
That's
might
true.
change.
That is true.
Things might change. Don't give up on that yet. Things
That
might
is
change.
true. That is true.
And we've seen how they have struggled. We've seen how much fights they have put up over the past 120 minutes. And the Arabs have always been lucky against West African countries. So basically,
okay, it's a goal given to the number 11.
Well,
not an own goal.
Well, it should. Well, maybe the ball was already going in anyway.
Right. Yeah.
It was already going in.
Right.
And it looks like a nice chip, but it was already going in. Unlucky,
well,
unfortunately.
Can happen in the next 3 minutes. So.
Well, we only have a couple of more minutes to go.
Yeah, that's why I say anything can happen in the next.
If they can give it their all now, then maybe just about maybe we can make a change or make a difference in it. Boxer now.
Just put the ball up there to them, so.
Morocco in the game again for them just now for delay for the last handball referee.
Okay, Keita again.
Bro, this is tiring, man. This is tiring. No, the boys have tried. I really give them respect for their performance. They've done well.
Right. And like you said, when they give up here, the last 2 minutes, anything can happen.
Yeah, true. Let's see what change that they can make at this 11th hour. The ball's still in our possession.
Is that an offside?
That's a foul been given against us, unfortunately. Well, guys, if you're just joining us, we're trailing 1-0 at the last 15 minutes, possibly just 3 or 5 more minutes left, plus extra time possibly being added to this, as we have lost this particular match. Not yet. Likely losing it, maybe not. Number 25 for Morocco has been yellow carded, I think.
Yeah.
For a foul being committed against the Sierra Leone captain. It's crucial that we took it all the way and we were one man down and we've managed to hold it up for about 190 minutes or 115 minutes before we conceded a goal. It's not over until it's over.
Remember, we've been playing one man down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're playing one man down. So it's never over until it's over. So let's wait and see what happens. And
considering, like you said yesterday, we boys they lost 6-0 on a friendly with Morocco.
Yep.
Can't play this kind of way, then that's
a really very good record. Very good record for them.
Well, even if they lose the match or they don't proceed to the semi-finals, it's disappointing. We would have loved them to go further, but at least they've tried.
They did.
Tried. They gave it all their best.
They did.
They gave it their best. Goalkeeper. They will get confidence.
Yeah, of course, it does. It looks like a player, like a field player. But the goalkeepers nowadays have confidence. 1 minute to go.
Yeah.
1 minute extra time being added. And we yet to see.
Well, it's like this is the
end of Sweden going home.
Yeah, it's the end of the goal. Coach Lamine Camara, you've done well.
Yep.
Your boys have done extremely well.
Last chance.
That's a fluke goal. Oh, okay. It's a foul.
Last chance. The chance is gone. But don't you say Morocco, the guy begin for them. That's what they're good at.
Yeah.
That's what they're good at. You're
At
good
least
at falling down for nothing.
the ball end na there, you know.
That is what they're good at, waiting for the referee's whistle to go.
Mm.
The 10 man against Morocco 11 for the last 30 minutes of the extra time. And we've lost it to Morocco this time.
Right. You don't allow the ball guy playing the ball there too much. Yeah.
That's the goal. The goal was awarded to him because it was already going in anyway.
Yeah.
It's already going in. Like you said, the goalkeeper's first punch was too feeble.
Yeah.
It's over.
Alright.
It's over.
Advanced to the semi-finals.
Yep.
This has been the end of the road for the Shooting Stars of Sierra Leone. On the 20 side, they've tried. They did their level best. Morocco won, Sierra Leone nil. A goal conceded on the 116th minute. During extra time, Sierra Leone has been playing one man down for the best part of the last 10 minutes of the 90 minutes and the 30 minutes of extra time. So kudos to the boys. They tried. They did their best. The group stage, they finished second in the group with 7 points and so many goals scored. We've seen our talents, like we've said here. We have raw talents. The boys are been determined. They tried. They did everything within their power. Unfortunately, luck was on the Moroccan side for them to lead 1-0, and that advanced them to the semi-finals. So as it stands, we're not able to go to the World Cup, right?
Well, so far so good. No, we can't because the last 4. I don't know whether it's 5 countries representing at the World Cup, but the last 4 are automatically going. Maybe we might have a chance to play in the knockout series if it is 5 country qualifying. Maybe they will look at the best loser for the next games then to be played. At the moment, Nigeria has booked their space. Egypt is still 2-2. Maybe the match is over. I'm not too sure. I think it's still live. Sierra Leone have lost to... So only 2 matches that have been completed. The Egypt match is still on. It's not over yet. And Sierra Leone has lost to Morocco, and Senegal lose to Nigeria. Maybe if they're looking for a 5 team to qualify, I will check the records later on. But if they're looking for 5 teams to qualify, maybe the last 2 teams will play the decider between Senegal and Sierra Leone.
Right. But again, you see, like they say, Nayaso, the boys then did very well. They switched off for second. That split second switch off. That's what cost them the goal.
Yep.
But on the overall, you cannot fault them. You cannot fault them. They did their best. We went into this match as the underdogs. Luck prevailed on the Moroccan side, and they advanced to the semi-finals with 1 goal in favor of them. But our boys gave it their all. I will say I am really proud of them qualifying for the 4th time to this competition, and more or less, almost topping the group they were in, but ended up finishing second with 7 points. Even Leone Stars, the senior side, hardly can manage for those number of points that group stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, or that number of goals even. So far we take a consolation that the boys don't can't show it and get. What is important now is how we can develop them to get better and better.
Okay.
And I still believe we are not doing well. We're doing poorly in grassroots football because we get the talent. But because we really put premium on grassroots football, that's why we're not able to get them for shine. So right. That's my take.
Okay, thank you very much, Juma. I've just checked the records to say 4 countries are going to qualify each, so we are out of the qualifying series. So the last 4 countries that have made it to the semi-finals will be representing Africa for the Under-20 World Cup. So basically, you have 4 countries from each continent. 4 from Asia, from Africa, that's the CAF, and then 4 from the CONCAF, that's the North African Central America Football Federation, the Caribbeans, and 4 from the CONMEBOL, that's South America, including the host nation winner, is it Chile? Yeah. So basically, yes, it's 4 countries that represent each continent. So we are out of the qualifying stages. We are not going to be qualified for the World Cup. And Morocco, so far, Nigeria, the Egypt game is still on. Maybe South Africa and Congo. Is it Congo? Or no, Central. I think it's Congo that are going to represent. Well, we have that match to be played at 7 UK time. So we still have about an hour more to go for that match to be played. And we'll follow through with the next couple of games, hopefully. So yeah, I agree with your take on what football is about in Sierra Leone and the way at which grassroots football has been honored and the rate at which there is full-blown support. Me, I go say that officially I will kind of get it bad luck because it will not be needed there at all. They carry.
No, I don't limit.
No, me are the limit to the now the bad luck where they carry because they have a motive. Their motive is to come and make money, and the motive of the boys is to deliver on the day. It's distraction. So when they get to the camp, they distract the boys. The boys were doing very well focused, and I don't think that distraction was needed. Because let's be honest, if you not actually putting nothing in place for those guys to be able to perform the way they perform within the first half of the tournament, why come and do it now? They don't really need your support now because they've already participated in the tournament without thinking of making money. So you bringing in extra money to support them is not going to hurt. They already know that we're here to perform and to deliver. It's distraction because it turns them waiting for Sidom to focus and gets their brains focused on the match. Then get distraction from the minister, director of these, members of parliament, who are actually not meant to be there in the first place. They're not meant to be there in the first place. So why are we struggling with all these things that is happening within the football of Sierra Leone? Now because we have the wrong mindsets. The wrong mindset. I think Ghana and Egypt are going to go on penalties. They've just finished official match.
Let me switch to that match anyway.
They've just finished officially, and they are now about to go into penalty shootout.
So they ended up 2-2.
They ended up 2-2, yes. So the last match for today will be the South African match. So we're looking forward to that one. But again, we are not going to qualify for the World Cup, and the 4 countries that are going into the semi-finals are going to be the countries that are going to qualify. Like I said, Morocco has a very good record with West African countries anyway. And that has just been proven today again for the 60, 17 or 18 times that they're always in position to defeat African countries, West African countries in major tournament like this. So we're looking forward now to Egypt as we still have 1 country from West Africa that has booked their space. We have another one, Ghana, who is about to book their space. And we're possibly going to have 2 West African countries representing for the World Cup, which is a very good thing. Or otherwise, it's going to be a split from the entire continent. 1 from West Africa, 1 from North Africa, 1 from South Africa. Well, we have 2 from North Africa. We have Egypt and we have Morocco. And we have South Africa from the Southern Hemisphere and Nigeria from the West Coast. So it's a very good tournament so far.
You don't qualify Egypt already.
Well, I would say Egypt. Because no, I said 2, Egypt or Ghana. So we're possibly going to have 2 from West or possibly 2 from North. Yeah, that's very impressive. I mean, for the fact that we still have a West African representation is quite good. Yeah. Because again, that shows that the continent is doing well. I mean, that part of the continent is doing well in terms of football and youth football. But honestly speaking, the West African bloc have not performed well at all. Apart from Sierra Leone, Nigeria hasn't performed well. Ghana hasn't performed extremely well. Even Senegal, as the defending champions, also did not perform well in this tournament. I mean, Senegal is a 2-time champion.
Yeah. So,
Two-time champion.
So, T-Boy,
Mm.
what's your prediction on the penalties for the Egypt Ghana match? And
I think.
before you talk about that, I
Mhm.
see something again where we need for Brinkham into play as well here.
What
You
is
know,
that?
are the officials, right? Looking at the Ghana match, you have two female officials. One of the lines and the main referee was a female, and one male. So, what's your take on that about the women them officiating matches
Well,
at this international stage?
that started off at Afcon in
Right.
Morocco, I think. No, in Cameroon.
Okay, yeah.
They were on the sideline in Cameroon, and in Ivory Coast, I think they were more involved also. But I think they are bringing them in slowly into these small tournaments, as in the U20, U17, and U16.
Right.
Because I think on a higher scale, they are likely going to be using them in officiating matches for the senior level of African football soon. But I think it's a good gesture to bring them on, because at the end of the day, it's about knowing the game more so to do with your gender.
Right.
So they're all doing the same rules and regulation of the match anyway. They're all going through the same process of knowledge about the match anyway. So it doesn't really matter whether we are male or female, as long as you have the same credentials, you've gone through the same process. That is what is important. Well, yeah, they've got a couple of female officiating some of the matches anyway on this particular tournament.
We will come back, and then now the penalties.
All right, I predict Egypt will be successful in this, because they've been the dark horse coming from behind, and I think it will be nice for them to go through. As much as I want Ghana to qualify.
I'm rooting for Ghana here.
Okay. Well, the reason why I said Egypt is because they've got that home advantage, even though the stadiums are not fully packed, but they still have that sense of we're playing home. And I think they will be able to maintain that structure to the highest level.
They're under serious pressure right now.
Yeah, they are under very serious pressure to deliver. But I think they stand a chance to go through at this particular stage. Ghana find themselves to be very lucky to be able to get a 2-goal draw against Egypt as a host nation. Yeah. And that should not be something that you would take for granted as well. So yeah, let's watch and see the end part of the penalties.
All eyes on Morocco.
All eyes on Egypt. All eyes on Egypt for this one. Yep, they are under pressure to deliver. Yep.
You know,
Ghana don't seem to be decisive on their bench. The bench looks very much not sure. Not sure. But I'm looking at the holistic part of the tournaments for the World Cup now, not necessarily the U20 competition that they're on right now, because it's better to have a very strong, decisive African nation to go into the World Cup than have one that are not sure. So basically, yeah, let's wait and see. And
so
African
this guy
countries.
Number 10 jersey for Ghana, taking his first shot. This Egyptian goalkeeper look determined. The Ghanaian look nervous, but I believe he will score.
All right, let's wait and see.
What a goal! Nice one.
Yep.
One to Ghana.
Bottom corner, but at the same time,
from the one corner, did he take the ball?
It's bottom corner, but it's a scary one.
Yeah, they tell and say he's argumentative now.
Yeah, but he celebrated after scoring, so you should not complain about that.
Right.
That's his form of celebration. You should not complain.
Now, not sure saying at the celebration until they try for say the guy stop or something like that.
No, he gave hand gesture, watching hand gesture.
Yeah, but I'm not sure saying at the celebration he complain about.
Okay.
He try for say he run to the ball and stop before he continue.
Okay, now Egypt are going to take their own. They're very nervous. I tell you, they're very nervous for this one. They're very nervous. Very nervous.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, bottom corner again.
Abdi scored for Egypt. This goalkeeper is tall, huh?
He's tall. Can you imagine the Nigerian goalkeeper is only 16 years old? Yeah, and he looks like a giant, you know.
Oh, wow. But you don't say Nigerian.
Oh yeah, they grow big. They really grow big.
But the Egyptian bench, they are nervous.
They are very nervous. They're nervous because they know they're here by chance.
Yeah.
They know they're here by chance. They're very nervous.
This are not can do Asamajana, so.
Well, if you do as a Banjuana, you go pay the price when you go back to Ghana. You know the bonios. They're not going to kill them when I'm born in the bonios.
Not bonios, so we big for it.
But let's see what happens. Because you have to be that much of a threat to.
You see, it is still a guy for dictate.
Yep. It's psychological. Psychological.
Yeah. The guy nervous. He's nervous.
It's psychological.
He's nervous. The number 4 nervous.
It's psychological.
He is nervous.
Football, volleyball is steady. You don't begin wonder whether the ball is steady or not.
No can be confidential. He's nervous. He throws dry.
Yeah.
Everything. He's nervous. Completely nervous.
And the goalkeeper is even making it difficult for him.
Yes.
I think if the goalkeeper continue with the attitude he puts up, so the referee get a yellow card.
Yeah.
Score.
The catch.
You see?
Nervous.
That's where the nervousness comes in.
Yeah, see, I'm mental.
Yep.
Stay focus.
Yep.
Focus.
But I tell you, say they stand more chances because they're doing it at home.
I don't tell you, say this man they do as a magic night.
It's a psychological thing. Psychological.
Where they put the ball, I see and where they shake. And
I know.
the throat end up dry. So.
I know, yeah. So right now we are watching Egypt is leading on the penalty shootouts. The goalkeeper has saved one against the Ghanaian number 4.
Antwe.
And then now we are waiting for Egypt to possibly take the lead.
Egypt, they can miss all the two next penalties.
Okay, well, again, like I said, they're very fortunate to be where they are. They seem to be the lucky bunch. And we'll see what the outcome. Save goalkeeper. It never get cool allow. So that's what the class.
Wrong footer. Wrong footer.
Good goal.
He wrong footer. Not even near.
That's the Egyptian captain.
Yeah.
Kabaka. But then they do all things against Salomo. 2 sides, no pits. They lock her all sides.
Hey, I say, they wrong foot you.
No, they wrong foot, and that's not a good one for him. Leg go back in. I don't know. They hold you. They hold you. Because you are loose right now. Not loose, so I think yeah. South Africa's match is on preparation.
Okay.
Yep. No, we're not gonna cover that one, are we? No, we're not.
No.
Definitely not. They are on preparation right now. They're just having a handshake before the match officially starts. And it's going to start right bang on time, 7 o'clock to the dots. No time to waste.
That's a good penalty from Ghana, number 17.
Okay, so they've equaled it. So now they're just waiting for Egypt to now take another one.
And Egypt's gonna miss this one.
Hopefully they do, but again,
nobody buy it.
And then called Malaku too, eh?
Yes, the guy can say boom bam
boom bam boom. Last time nobody buy for Willie Kuchil.
Yes.
Alright, let's wait and see what is going to be the outcome of the next Egyptian.
The Egyptian goalkeeper, I tell them to put salt bambino, mago.
It is mago because it creates tension on the other side of the pitch, isn't it?
It's too aju.
Yeah, psychological.
The Ghanaian bench.
The Ghanaian bench is very much.
This guy they miss.
Yeah, he look nervous.
Ooh.
Wrong foot the goalkeeper, man. So they're leading 3-2.
Alright. Wow.
They're leading 3-2. They're leading 3 goals by 2. And we are waiting to see what's the outcome of this particular one now.
Damn.
What's in Ghana? They say. What is Ghana saying?
Yeah, this keeper.
You don't start in Waju back here.
I don't start.
You don't start in Waju. Mideola.
This guy look nervous too, the Ghanaian one. He has a bit fast.
Mideola mo. But when you come into a penalty shootout like this, it's very much.
Wonderful. That's a good one. Number 12. That's a good one.
Yep, well done. So Egypt still gets one advantage.
Yeah.
Still 3-3. They have one advantage, and they don't have long to go. Ghana is going to take another one. Egypt still the one goal in favor until Ghana or Egypt lose out on the next penalty shootout. Then yes.
Goalkeeper, this is your time. Ghanaian goalkeeper.
Yep. Make it perform, eh?
Save the Black Stars right now, goalkeeper.
Perform.
Save the Black Stars. Save the Black Stars. Oh, that's it. It's all done. Almost. Save the Black Stars.
Nah.
Asheko, you know, it's in color.
All wrong footed. They send and go east and west. Send and go east and west. East and west.
Send and let go by Maggie.
Yes, now Rubing.
Oh, Pepe, let go by Pepe and Rubing.
You know, each Rubing, it's now in the challenge. You go by Pepe and Rubing. So one more chance for Ghana. If you see Ghana not score this, that means they are now out. If they score this one, then they not equal the scoreline. You go wait for now the last kick to be taken by Egypt for make and be a decider. So you get for score, otherwise they're automatically out of it.
Oh, that's a good one. Number 19.
All right, good.
All right, goalkeeper, it's all up to you now. It's all up to you, goalkeeper.
Yep. Goalkeeper on which side?
On the Ghanaian side, I still believe in the Black Stars of Ghana. You know.
Well, let's hope and pray it works out for them. So the
Goalkeeper,
final
it's all
shoot.
yours.
The final one is going to be the final decider for Egypt to be able to say, thank you, Ghana. We're making our way through to the World Cup.
Well,
He's like saying,
this is
oh,
Ghana
I'm going
goalkeeper is
to
gonna save the day for the Ghana Black Stars.
I'm going to Ibiza.
Save the day, Ghana. Ooh, that's it.
Done.
Goodbye, Ghana.
Done.
Congratulations,
Done.
Egypt, the
Done.
host
Done.
nation
Done.
of the Under-20 African Cup of Nations 2025. Egypt sailed through on penalty shootout against the Black Stars of Ghana. Well done, Egypt. Well,
Yeah, but I changed it in the goal.
yeah.
I know they're gonna make it through because
Egypt finished what is it,
third in our group, yes.
but then qualified for the semi-finals, and Sierra Leone unfortunately did not make it through after a 1-0 loss to the Moroccans during the extra time of the match. So what is happening with the Ghanaian player? Okay, I thought he was fighting, but they just encouraging him there. He's in tears, you know. But they tried.
Yeah, they've done well.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, most of the West African nations haven't been impressive in these tournaments. They've tried their best, and they have proven that yes, they have the might to go all the way, but not being able to finish it. I mean, that's some of the advantages of the North African countries. They are always determined to take this tournament to the next level.
Right. So
Always
let me ask
determined.
you, T-Boy, do you blame players that miss penalties?
No,
or
penalties are just give and take chances.
the chance, right?
Yeah, you don't actually scrutinize players for missing a penalty.
Right.
Yeah, it's a give and take chances. So basically, the ones that are coming up to take penalty shots are the brave ones.
Right.
They are the brave ones because it's not easy.
Oh, the guy's broken down. Asento is on the floor crying.
Yeah, but you should be able to have some courage because I mean, I think the whole idea for these countries is to qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Is to qualify for the World Cup is the ultimate aim, and not making it to the World Cup is very painful, especially when you have 1 foot in.
Right.
And like I said, for Ghana, they tried because they came from 2-0 down.
Yeah.
So
And they look at it and say, don't disappoint the flag.
yeah, true. But again, they've tried. They've done the best. I mean, look at Egypt. Egypt's not supposed to do that, and they so.
Right.
As a host nation, they should have been possibly on top of it. But anyway, that's part of the game. Now let's
Uh-huh.
Let's wrap up. What will be your take for Sierra Leone football going forward, as you now don't see the performance of the under 20 and what they are capable of not doing? What's your
Well,
take?
like you said, like we don't talk on air and offline pre-match discussions. Is that the boys, the raw talents are there. We have potential. The future is bright. What we need now is the organization treating football as a business, treating football, from a professional level, taking things seriously, building the infrastructure, putting in the necessary resources. Because for developed talent, not a one-day business.
Right.
It takes time. Nations, big nations today, who they see the Italy, the Germany's, and all of these countries, the Spain, then put premium on, grassroots football, developing young talent. When at the end of the day, they grow up for make them at the national team and go perform well. You don't need to win all competitions. You don't need to win laurels all the time, but represent well and you left a mark. I think, say, we senior side them performance na Cameroon was very impressive considering anything we've been on the happen and us being absent from that competition for a long period of time. But they were able to be there and they really did their best. So then they make people that begin focus on Salon. And if you watch from that time to now, between African countries and other European leagues, try for get with talent, then are big teams them, I will say. So it's the same for these boys. They don't come, they don't expose themselves, show what they're able to do or what they are capable of doing. So it's up to us now, for let we develop for Meander and hopefully um, develop these talents, just like the Lamine Yamals and all of the, of this world. You see the way they play for their main team there now. Then they
Mm-hmm.
go there and play and wait to call them. So you get to give the boys the opportunity. But we should not just be doing a one-off thing. Meaning we don't come right now, we don't perform so, then we'll go back to reset, like how what do you call him? Fred Clay expressed earlier, because of what's happening sometimes football not get for play again, now the country day. So if football not they play, how would you develop talent? You see?
Correct.
So that's the thing. And our national team is aging, whether we like it or not. Now then crop of players also get for graduates to that level day. But they can only do that if we create the platform, the infrastructure, and give them the opportunity for perform. So that's my take.
Thank you very much, Jumaba of Sierra J Media, not to SLF Jumaba.
Yes.
And also that Jumaba really play for that Prince
Nice.
Kimolono. This
Yes.
now Jumaba of Sierra J Media. But thank you very much for your contribution over the past couple of minutes or hours. So you joined me on the commentary and your analysis were on spot and we are spot on. And I think say this is what we need as a nation. We need to be able to give ourselves some frank discussion about some of the challenges they will face as a nation. I know for sure we could have done better, but here we go. We did our best, and I think say I would say kudos to the team manager and for the fact say he able for compose a team like this and bring them calm for make them compete at the highest level of under 20 football in Africa. I think that's a very good record. We hope we take some laurels from this tournament, as in official laurels from the CAF organizing committee, as in possibly if we able for maintain the highest goal scoring position by Camara, and then we able for possibly go with some maybe man of the tournament or man of the first round or whatever it is. I think it will be a very good record or very result for the shooting stars. But so far so good. I would say thank you to the guys for their hard work. Thank you to the backroom staff for their hard work. And no thank you to the SNA, when the Sierra Leone voting National Sports
National Sports Authority.
NSA National Sports Authority. No kudos to them because I think if they had planned for these boys in a better way, they might be in the position to may have gone to the World Cup. But guess what? They don't really want them to go to the World Cup. They don't.
Wow.
They don't want them to go to the World Cup because they are looking at it financially to say if these boys manage to go to the World Cup, then go begin to spend money with something for spend by the national team.
Right.
So they don't want them for go the World Cup at all.
And then something embarrassing for the national team, not for you to go World
Thank
Cup. Then
you.
at 20 they go. That would be a shame.
Yeah, but it would be a shame. But again, the rep for NSA said it. Clearly mentioned it to say we don't really care about under 20. I let them win the World Cup.
If your national team not able for Mecca, but then you're under 20 able for Mecca.
Kudos to them. It's the same representation. Now Leone stand as alone they go. Thank you. I mean, for me, then go to the extreme, not for budgets for the body in the first place was disgraceful. Then talk and back boastfully, and then when they spend money back for where gets for the body for go play, then go back then go pay themselves because as I go see them pay themselves back, pass the body money for go represent. What a shameful decision! What a shameful decision! But guess what? That's Salone for you, and for as long as we not change the mindset and mentality, we not go ever improve in anything we do. We should stop thinking about self and start for think about Salone. Salone matters more than anything else. Again, you talk about scouting earlier on. Yes, we could have had more players. Yes, more I think he's doing well, but he's not. Yes, we could have had more people that are ready, willing to represent Sierra Leone at this level. But only because we don't work collectively as a nation. That's why some of the boys are not interested. We have a pack of boys of maybe 22. Some of those players that we had over the past couple of years, some of them are in Chelsea, Liverpool as we speak, Arsenal, of course, we get few, West Ham, and other different major football clubs in the country.
Fulham as well.
Crystal Palace and Fulham, yes, we have them all over the place. But they will not represent, or they may have refused to represent because of the greed where they be in some of the people that we feel to say that they own them. So we should stop thinking about ourselves. Our ego is not going to make Salone any better. It will just destroy the nation as a nation. So look, we forget about them personal things. Somebody take people to say, we are bringing can player if we play. We are bringing can player if we use that.
That's the thing, because structure not there.
Thank you.
Who are you to determine? Because you mean a player coming for play.
Thank you.
So we having a minister of foreign affairs where picking they go play ball because of him papa.
In papa. Thank you.
From when papa come on our ministry, there you but again.
No.
Exactly. Don't go back.
So that just exactly shows an influential treatment he get because in papa now being minister of foreign affairs. So these are in papa now being chief minister. These are some of the things we're talking about. We cannot replace talent with favors. Not the work. Because when you replace talent with favors, you have disaster in the making.
Exactly.
So let we forget about all personal, financial, moral gain. Everybody has to know to we own them. They have Sierra Leonean parents. They should be treated with respect, and they should be treated as Sierra Leoneans that we represent where they can play for the country. Some of them will refuse to play for Salone. Maybe they have their personal reasons. Why? Right. There is no structure.
Exactly.
You cannot travel with players from the diaspora thinking you go left in a hotel, you go left in an airport, you know even the cater for them. You can only do that to
home. Some of them they left in school.
Yeah.
For camp, what you call it? University, then we left away, then come back now, pressure for them for country.
Thank you.
What you call it? Not just football, now the only thing we them do.
Thank you. And you will get to your own player, they win at the home-based players just because they don't have no respect and value for them, they will treat them anyhow. It's wrong.
Right.
It's totally not called for. If you get players the way they represent from home base, treat them like they are professionals because that's what they are.
Right.
They are professionals. They should be given the right set of allowance, they should be given the right set of treatment, and they should be in the right set of camping gears them for prepare themselves for any major tournaments. As much as you don't want them to qualify, but they don't prove on our wrong this time around. Then if we don't prove on our wrong even further, now only because we are taking our corrupt.
But even the manager for come to the quarterfinals, that's a big achievement.
Thank you. No, if the corrupt bunch do not be on go and distract the boys them in their final preparation to the quarterfinal, maybe it could have been a different story.
Yeah,
because they all go for photo shoot opportunities. press conference. We don't need that crap at the moment because the boys are focusing on doing stuff. We're not gonna do a press conference and let the body men and do them preparation.
Right.
But that one day of distraction can be vital to the mental state of the boys. But the good thing is they have proven to the continent that they are capable.
Exactly.
And they're definitely waiting for the next one. But this time around, if we not prepare well, then we will talk the worst way possibly sometimes of no one for you.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I was meant to be in Egypt, but I was not feeling well. That's why I wasn't there. But grassroots football under 20 has always been my dream. Now God say enough for the day right now. That's why I'm not there. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and we hope for see you guys anytime soon. We'll have another discussion on Sierra Leone football, which is very important to all of us. And let's follow the green, white, and blue because the World Cup qualifying series could possibly start in the next couple of months, and we get to go Ethiopia and Egypt, or maybe not Liberia, like any they play instead of Egypt. And then we get one more match with I think Guinea-Bissau or Equatorial Guinea. So we still have a couple of matches to play. We might stand a chance to qualify, not only 10% sure, but we might stand a chance to qualify. Kalon has taken over and he hasn't done bad so far. Make he keep the momentum going, make he be himself, and we know exactly what in that can mean if you they come manage a national team we they don't always influenced by powers to be or powers from above.
Right.
On team selection, squad selection, and the representation. So look, we not take that for granted. Let's be focused and make sure we do the best for the country. So Juma, once more, thank you very much for joining us. And I believe say most of what we don't talk about today will be repeated again and again and again and again. So of course, we'll continue for say the truth, and the truth is only what is needed to be said on the Sarah J Media platform. So thank you guys once more for joining us on Facebook and YouTube, and thank you for all your contributions being made. We will maybe likely cover the final because the major start of this tournament is about qualifying for the World Cup. I know say yes, whoever winner is going to go on records, but the qualification for the World Cup is the most important part of this particular tournament. So thank you once more, Shooting Stars, for your hard work, and we hope to join you guys for further competition coming up within the next couple of years for another tournament outreach for qualifying for either the World Cup or for CAF. So thank you, Juma, and thank you, viewers. Until next time.
Thank you,
Thank you very
take
much.
care, man.
Have a nice day and bye.